Alright, people. What's poppin'? What's poppin'? Make sure all of this shit is doing what it's supposed to do so we could get into this. You feel me? Alright, so everything looks like it's going up. It's good. We are here. Alright, so what's going on? It's your boy Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What up, Trav? So today we're going to be talking about how a woman decides whether she wants to sleep with you or not, right? So before we get into all that, make sure you guys go to MrLocario.com or click the link below to get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day, the hard copy or the ebook. And also to let you guys know, the Mr. Locario 30-minute game sessions are coming soon. So we're going to have it in the middle of October. I'm getting all that shit ready so you guys can sign up for the 30-minute game sessions. It's going to be off the hook. What up to Sean, Shelton, what's good? Rob Rico, Farrah, what's good, bruh? What's going on? So, I wanted to talk about, why, a woman will decide to have sex with you. So I'm going to give you the short version first, because just in case people start calling in. And then throughout the show, I'm going to give you more detail, right? So, you want to know what the 30-minute game sessions are. So for those who don't know, I've been talking about this for a few weeks. The 30-minute game sessions is going to be a thing that I do where I talk to you privately for 30 minutes on the phone, and we record it, and you get to keep the recording. So it's all private. It's all for you. Any questions that you want to ask, because what happens is sometimes on the show, people don't get enough time to call in and ask their questions and really, go in. And there's like a lot of other things that they might want to discuss, but not necessarily with everybody else. You understand? So this is why I'm doing the 30-minute game session, so you guys can get a chance to ask me certain things, get some help on certain things that you want help on. That's specific to you. You feel what I'm saying? So Tony Torres was good. Jeffrey was good. So yeah, so Rob, you say you're getting ready for the host tonight. So the thing is this, man. The real short answer of how a woman decides if she's going to have sex with you is basically how she feels when she's around you, or the things that you do to inspire her to have a certain feeling. You understand? And that's, the basis of it. That's the general answer of how a woman decides if she is or isn't going to have sex with you. See, the difference between men and women is that for us, we see a chick and we're like, I want to have sex with this chick, period. You understand? And just, based off how she looks, right? So he's like, you look at a girl, you're like, yo, she's bad, I want to have sex with her, end of story. And that's that. Like, your mind is made up, you want to have sex with this chick. The only thing that is going to stop you from having sex with this woman is you'd probably have to hear something like she was born a man, or she got 10 million STDs or some shit. You understand? So, but other than that, you fucking, right? For women, right, what happens is that they, and I'm going to talk about this too, unless they're extremely horny, there's going to be a lot of things that might make them want to have, to want to have sex with you, be very shaky. You understand? And those shaky things depend on how you act when you're around the girl. You understand? Who else we got in here? Oh, Johnny was good. Kenwood Drive. William Von D was good. King K, what's going on? But yeah, it's a lot of it has to do with how she feels around you, right? So Bernard was good. So the thing is this, and I was actually talking about this the other day in my video. I was talking about the things to never text a woman. And I said something there where I said, it's not about just about what you say and do. It's about what, it's basically about how a chick sees you based off of what you say and do. You understand? So a lot of times what's going to happen is women are going to see you a certain way based off your actions. And those actions are going to make her feel something. And that feeling is going to determine whether or not she wants to fuck you. You understand? So that's really like the easiest way that I could bring it up as far as that, but I'm going to get a little bit deeper. But for those who want to call, Sean Skeet, what's going on? Cheeky Amadi was good. So the caller number 646-4 813901. Oh, and by the way, I want to thank each and every one of you because we're about to hit 10,000 subscribers on this channel. So once it hits 10,000, I'm going to basically have like a sale. I'm gonna give away a lot of free shit. I'm gonna give away a lot of free shit. All right. So is everybody seeing the stream okay? Because this YouTube shit is saying this is kind of janky at this point, but everybody can see it. Everything's good. You can hear me. All right. So, so the thing is this: when it comes to women, and when it comes to, them wanting to have sex with you, a lot of it has to do with how they feel around you. Now, there are times where women are extremely horny, and you just being at the right place at the right time is going to make it easier for you to get it. This is why I say that, you want to make sure you're on point at all times, because you could be in a situation where you're talking to a girl and she just, for whatever reason, she hasn't gotten any in a while. You chilling with her, you talking to her, you're interacting with her. And then, what you're going to do is that at that point, you could pull her and make something happen strictly off the fact that she is extremely horny. Now, if you don't do anything to fuck it up, meaning you don't say anything goofy or you don't act all weird, most likely you're going to get it that night. You feel what I'm saying? But there are other situations and reasons as to why she's, going to do it. You understand? And see, it all depends on how she feels. So this is why sometimes you'll have a girl, you'll be at a bar or something, you're talking to a girl, you're making out, everything seems like it's going well, and you say, hey, let's get out of here, let's go back to my place. And then as she gets to your place, her whole, shit switches up. Now she don't want to do it no more. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I've been in situations like that where, I remember one time, this one chick I met at this spot, we talking, we was, kissing, whatever, and then we got to her place, and as soon as we got to her place, her whole vibe switched up. And so, she didn't want to do it no more. So I'm like, alright, whatever, and I just bounced. You know what I mean? But it was just like, it's so funny how she was so on top of it at the, when we was at the spot. And then when we got into the cab, it's like, as soon as we got into the cab, I sort of felt the vibe being different. Like, I think she started thinking too much, and she just wasn't in that same mood. You feel what I'm saying? So a lot depends on her mood, how she's feeling in the moment, and basically how she's feeling about the situation. And this is why I be telling a lot of guys that when you first start fucking with a chick, right, you want to make sure that you are always trying to make things happen as soon as possible. You got to try to make shit happen as soon as possible. So even if you can't do it that day, you got to try to get shit done by that week. You feel what I'm saying? John Smith, you said, question the women you're talking about, the age bracket has to be a different approach for the women. Well, sometimes it depends. Yeah, it depends. If you're dealing with younger girls, like 18, 24, and I talked about this too in my program called The Age Game. So it teaches you how to approach women at different age groups. Because generally, depending on the age groups, chicks are going to act different. They're in a different stage of their life, so they're going to respond to things different ways, right? So if you have a younger chick, a lot of chicks that are younger are in the super attention whore stage. Their attention span is so limited. So with them, you definitely gotta strike while the pussy's hot. You definitely gotta do something at that moment where she's really riled up. You see what I'm saying? And so the thing is that if you're dealing with a younger chick, you're gonna have to approach it a different way. Now, if you're dealing with, an older chick, the thing with older chicks is that some of them will be more comfortable sexually with themselves, but at the same time, depending on if she's like 30 or something, she might be looking for other things. So that might be a fucking, difficult thing in some cases to try to just make shit happen on some fuck buddy shit for her, because she's trying to, do other shit. She's trying to make you her boyfriend and her husband and all that nonsense. You understand? But see, the thing is, what I was saying earlier, when it comes to if a woman is deciding she wants to sleep with you, a lot of it, it's basically coming from how you act. How you act will determine how she feels, because she's inspired to feel a certain way based off of your actions. So if your actions are showing that you are this super needy, insecure type of dude, she might have thought about fucking you, and then now she changes her mind. You understand? Or if you said something like super crazy, she was thinking about fucking you, but then she changed her mind. You feel what I'm saying? And so a lot of it has to do with how you're coming at the game. And this is why I say understanding the game is very important, because there's things that you might be doing to talk yourself out of the pussy. You understand that? And so there's times where you've been in situations where you could have got sex and you didn't because you talked yourself out the pussy. You see what I'm saying? And so that thing, that right there is a thing that you want to make sure you don't do. So who we got up in here? Frank True TV staying ready. One was good. John Smith, you said what age brackets are you referencing this to? You talking about this entire topic? It's to any age bracket. You feel what I'm saying? But in different age brackets, you got to look out for different shit. That's what I was talking about with the younger girls and the older girls. You feel what I'm saying? But see, the thing though is that the more practice you get dealing with girls, the more you're going to be able to, see what's popping with these chicks. You feel me? Somebody's trying to call in. Hold on. Yo, what's popping? Who's this?
Oh, what's going on, Mr. Locario? Just there.
What's the deal? What's going on with you?
Nothing much. Just hanging out at home. My day off.
What's going on?
Nothing much. I just had a question. I've been, taking your advice. I'm a bad boy member.
Mm-hmm.
Please excuse me. I'm a little nervous.
No, that's cool. Go ahead. Do your thing. That's what's up. You guys got to get on that bad boy membership, man. I'm telling you. But go ahead.
Yeah, man. A lot of good shit on there.
Mm-hmm.
Step my game up a lot. But
that's what's up.
Okay, so I've been hollering at a few chicks.
Mm-hmm.
I just got a relationship.
Right.
And I've been taking your advice. If I just want to hook up with them, I'll be come through.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And but what I've been kind of noticing is they've been trying to flip the shit. Nah, can we go out? You know what I'm saying?
Right. So wait, let me ask you this: when you meet them and you get the information, is these girls you meet online, and you trying to get them back to your crib just off of that, or girls you meet outside and you get their number? How do you meet these chicks?
Yeah, I usually meet them outside.
Okay. And when you meet them outside and you exchange numbers, what happens before you exchange the number? So do you tell them hey, when we get together, when I call you, we gon' you gonna come back to my spot, or we gonna hook up? Do you say any of that, or do you just give them the number and then holler at them later?
Nah, I just give them the number and holler at them later. Right.
So this is the thing, and this is and I was actually talking about this on when I was on the show with Steve the Dean the other day, is that this is how you make hooking up a little bit more easier for you when you're first meeting chicks, right? So you either got to do one of two things. Now, if you don't have a lot of time, meaning let's say you meet a chick on the street and you just in passing and you sort of want to get the number real quick, you feel what I'm saying? So in this situation, what you do is before you get the number, before you exchange numbers or anything, you have to let her know, in so many words or whatever. Basically, say something like, "Hey, listen, you're really attractive. Let's exchange numbers. But look, I don't have a lot of time to date, but we should get together and hook up sometimes, right?" So what it is you're putting the seed out there. You feel what I'm saying? So you put it out there. So then when you text them, they already are getting the information, knowing that first of all, if the girl accepts the number with you saying hooking up, then most likely it'll happen if you say that. So this is why it's important to say what you're going to do. Now, if you do have time to talk to a chick, and this is even better, meaning if you met a chick at a bar or at a club or at some other event, whatever, and y'all flirting or whatever, what you want to do is that you want to start building the sexual tension up from that point. So for example, you might be flirting with her, touching her hand, pull her in close, maybe y'all kissing a little bit, and then that's when you say, hey, you know, let's say, you know, you want to try to bring her back to your house that night, or go to her house that night if you can. But if you can't, right, if it's for some reason she got to get up for working early in the morning, or whatever reason it is, you can't go back to her place, so she can't come back to your place that night, you say to her, hey, listen, let's exchange numbers, you know, this weekend or tomorrow, whenever you're free, let's get together and continue this. Let's finish this. Let's hook up. So what you're doing is all you're doing is you're continuing from that point. So either if you meet a girl quickly on the street, or if you meet a girl while you have some time to talk, the conversation or the interaction needs to be about hooking up, you know, in that manner, so that when you text her and hit her up, it's a continuation of that. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so right. And so the thing is that they're responding to you based off of that situation. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, okay.
Right, because what's going to happen is, if you just get a girl's number, right, and you say to her, hey, you know, just give me a number, the default is always, we're just going to go and, you know, go out on a date. You feel what I'm saying? That's the default setting. So she's going to assume that's what it is. And then if you try to flip it, if you try to say, hey, you know, come to my house and hook up, she could do that also, but sometimes it seems like you're flipping it, because since the default is dating, she assumed that y'all were going to go out on a date and, you know, all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes that's why you want to basically like bring that shit up before you get the number, or, you know, before you get her number in either situation. That has to be brought up. You see what I'm saying? Because that bringing up of it makes the conversation about that. It makes the situation about that. So the next time you get together, it's about that. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel that.
You know?
I feel. Okay. Well, right. I wanted to give you some examples.
Right. Yeah. Go ahead.
Some stuff that's been popping. Like sometimes, like I'll ask them, like I'll tell them, you know what I mean? Like you say, like, hey, you know what I mean? Just come through to the spot or whatever, and they'll flip it to, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's go out or whatever. So if they not really trying to come through, do you just charge them? Or do you just like kind of like, okay, I'll take you out once and then try to, you know what I'm saying, get it popping from there?
Nah, see this, if they doing that, right? Then what you want to do is you want to charge them to the game. You feel what I'm saying? Or not even, and what I would say is a soft charge. So basically what you do is this. You don't necessarily charge them all the way, but what you could do is say, well, listen, you know, I'm not really interested in going out and doing all that other stuff, but when you know, hit me, you know, holler back at me. You got my number. Holler back at me when you're ready to come through to the spot. That's it. And then you leave it at that. And then you put everything in her court. So the thing is, and you know, and I've talked about this before, is that, and this is why I say at the beginning it's better to set that up so it won't even be an issue of her even saying, hey, let's do something else. You see what I'm saying? But since you didn't set it up, now she's, you know, now she's like, oh, but how about we do this and that? Now it's a negotiation. Now we're talking about this other stuff. So this is why it's better to set it up now. But see, now since you didn't set it up, and now she's saying, oh, let's go out and do this, right? You still have to stand firm and say, well, look, you know, I'm kind of busy. I'm not really trying to do all of that. I really, you know, I still like, you know, I'm really interested in seeing you. So let me know when you're free to come through, and we'll get together that time. You know, just hit me back when you're free. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is that you're letting her know, like, look, if she's trying to get with you, she has to go down that route. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is, what you got to understand about relationships, or especially in the beginning when you're dealing with chicks, there's always going to be this like power dynamic between you and the girl. You understand? And this is where like the whole sort of game begins of, okay, who's going to bend to whose situation. And see, the thing is, you want to make sure that in every, you know, situation that you're dealing with women, you're orchestrating it so they're going along through your program, because basically that's how at the end of the day they want it anyway. You feel what I'm saying? They want a guy who's going to lead and who's going to take them in that direction. Now, if you said to her, hey, come to my crib, and then she says, oh, but how about we go out, blah blah blah, and then you say, okay, let's go out. Now what you're doing is you're going in her direction. You feel what I'm saying? Which is not a good move, because now what you've done is that you've started to follow her. You feel what I'm saying? And so so she sees you as the dude who she can't follow because you're following her. So by you saying, hey, listen, She's like, oh, let's go out and do this other stuff. But you're like, you already told her, hey, come to the spot. And she's like, oh, but I don't know, blah, blah, blah. Well, listen, you know, I'm pretty busy, or I ain't really trying to do that. So look, you got my number. Holla at me when you want to come through. You understand? Like, you know, when are you free next? When are you free next? Oh, you free this day? Okay, cool. Holla at me that day. I'll see if I'm free. We can get together that day. You come to the crib. So what you want to do is you want to create a situation where all you're known for is the guy she can fuck. You understand what I'm saying? That's okay. That's all you're known for. So it's like let's say if you have a store that only sells pizza. You're known for pizza. You feel what I'm saying? They ain't going to the store to buy fucking furniture. They're not going to the store to buy. They're not going to your pizza store to buy a car. If they want pizza, that's who they gonna holler at. You sell nothing but pizza. You're not gonna go to a pizza store and say, hey, pizza store, would it be okay if you sold me some shoes? They're gonna look at you like, dude, fuck out of here. This is a pizza store. Come back when you want pizza. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to have the same energy when you're dealing with chicks. Come back when you want to fuck. Right? I'm gonna be here. I'll be here. But just holler at me when you want to fuck. You see what I'm saying? And that's it. So it's that type of vibe. So don't bend to their situation. You have to, you know, have your situation, stand firm on it, and then have them come through to you. And then if she's not coming through to you, then you charge it to the game, because this is the thing that, you know, women don't like to let you know is if a woman is really feeling you, right? She's gonna do what she needs to do to come see you. You feel what I'm saying? She's going to make the effort or try to make something happen so she can come see you. She doesn't have to, because every time when she's doing that whole like, oh, let's do this, or maybe we do that, or maybe we do this, she's not fully interested in you. She's not fully into you yet. You understand what I'm saying? Because a woman who's really fully into a guy, she's trying her best to not fuck it up. So her basically, you know, saying, hey, can we do this or can we do that? What she's doing is that she's giving it a chance for it to fuck up. Either for it to fuck up or for you to basically say yes or comply to her, which within itself isn't a good thing in her eyes. You see what I'm saying? Because now she's like, oh, I got this dude who's just fucking following me. You feel what I'm saying? I got this dude, he wanted to do this and now he's just doing this because I said to do it. Just like all these other motherfuckers that I've been, you know, talking to, they just do everything I say. You see what I mean? So what you want to do is differentiate yourself from those other guys and say, look, you know, I'm trying to do this. You down to do this? Oh no? All right, cool. Well, holla at me when you are. We ain't doing nothing else but this. You understand? Unless you yourself decide you want to do something else. So let's say, for example, one day you're like, yo, I want to go to the movies. I want to have some company. You hit her up and be like, yo, what you doing? Let's go to the movies or something. But that's based off of you wanting to do it. You understand? Not based off of her asking you to go out. You see what I mean?
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
So that's
I got one
right.
More, but hello.
Oh yeah, I'm here. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, I go out. I appreciate that, but I go out. I got another concern. I go out with my homie, and now my homie, he's really good with chicks. Like,
right.
Like to the point where I can't really put my finger on it. Like why he always gets them. Like for example, like if it's me and him hanging out with two chicks. Like the chick will usually be feeling him. Like this is like typical happening, like a pattern that I saw. Like his chick will be feeling him. Like we'll meet chicks. His chick will be feeling him, but my chick is kind of like on the edge. You know what I'm saying? Like not quite sold. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I kind of feel like it's because he's confident. You know, he's a confident dude, and like his appearance is on point. And as far as confidence, I was wondering like. Does the confidence come from having the experience with the women, or is it like, all right, will my confidence go up like the more experience I'm getting as far as like the situation with women, or the confidence like coming from something else? You know what I mean?
Right. Well, see, that's the thing. The confidence within itself strictly comes from you, right? So if a guy is using his experiences to build his confidence up, it's still literally coming from him because he's just using that experience to make it to make himself confident. So for example, you know, so a lot of guys think they need the experience in order to be confident. So, but the thing is, confidence comes from within. It's a feeling that you get where you yourself are understanding that you're valuable. But see, the thing is, the trick is that people think that they need something outside of themselves to feel valuable about. You feel what I'm saying? It's sort of like happiness. You know, like a person feels like they need to pursue happiness. They think they need, like, okay, if I have this car, then I'm going to be happy. That's how people think, right? So a person says, well, if I had a girl or I had a hot chick that was trying to holler at me, then I'd be confident. You see what I mean? But see, now you're taking outside shit to make yourself confident. Now, the thing is, though, if you want to use those things as something to jumpstart your confidence and say, you know what, I noticed that, like, you know, the past week, I've been talking to girls and they've been receptive and I've been more comfortable with myself. So I see that I'm talking to girls and they're receptive, so I feel good about that. So you can use that. You feel what I'm saying? But the thing is, you don't want to rely on that, because what's going to happen is you might go through a time where, let's say, a month or so is passing by and you're not really having any success. You feel what I'm saying? It's a dry spell. You haven't really had any chicks holler at you or trying to fuck with you. You feel what I mean? Okay. And so what happens is that then what you're going to do is you're going to start saying, well, damn, well, I can't be confident anymore because shit ain't popping off. I don't got nothing to pull off. I don't got nothing to really like grab onto. But see, if you're understanding confidence in the vein of you should be confident at all times, period, because you are you and there's nobody else like you. You are unique and you are valuable. You bring shit to the table. Then what's going to happen is that no matter what, you're going to be confident all across the board. So you feeling insecure and you feeling like okay, well, I'm not confident or whatever, a lot of times comes from basically looking at the things that are happening outside of you and then basing your confidence based off of that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like this. If you fucking saw like $100 bill on the ground, right? And it was a crisp $100 bill, right? You still gonna pick it up and use it, right? Because it's valuable, right? You say this $100 bill is valuable. If you saw a crumpled up $100 bill that was dusty, you still pick it up and use it because it's still a $100 bill. So no matter what condition the $100 bill is, or no matter what situation the $100 bill is in, it's still a $100 bill. You feel what I'm saying? So there's still value. So no matter what situation you're in or whatever you're going through, you're still valuable. And that's what confidence is understanding that and knowing that. And see, that's the problem, is that a lot of people don't know that because they keep looking at what's happening to them to dictate whether or not they should be confident. You feel what I'm saying? Okay. And so that's the thing that you got to understand, is that once you realize that you are confident, or you should understand it, that you should recognize that the confidence is there, right? You don't need to worry about none of that other stuff. You don't need to worry about if this girl's talking to you or not. You don't need to worry about if you're going to get to fuck this girl or not. All the things that you want is going to happen as a result of you recognizing your value. You feel what I'm saying? So even if it don't happen with her, it's going to happen with another chick. You feel what I'm saying? So, don't worry about, all that extra shit about, this guy's getting shit popping with her. And a lot of times too, what happens is that you're comparing yourself to these other people, and that within itself sometimes makes you feel insecure, because you're looking at it as like, damn, well, maybe I'm doing something wrong, because how come he's getting this and I'm not getting it the same way he's getting it, and all this other stuff. But you got to understand that no matter what's going on, you're still valuable. And then you have to recognize that, because if you don't recognize it, what's going to happen is when you meet women, you're going to give off the energy that you aren't valuable. And then if they feel that energy, if they see that within you, that's the thing that's going to make them not want to have, fuck with you. Just like today's topic, we're talking about women deciding if they want to have sex with you. The reason why a lot of guys don't get sex is because when they approach women or interact with women, they have this energy where, I'm just some regular guy. I don't know if she's gonna like me. I don't know. What am I doing? Am I doing it right? Am I doing it wrong? They have all this anxiety, all this fear, all this insecurity, and then the girl doesn't want to fuck with him because she sees that, she feels that. You understand? She doesn't feel good around him. You feel what I mean? And so that's the thing that's gonna, make the difference, is how you basically, maneuver in those situations. You see what I mean?
Okay, and would you say that you build that through affirmation, or is it more so you're saying just like just the knowing, just accepting type of thing?
Right. Well, both. You can build it through affirmations. You can basically build it just basically, but and this is the tricky part. This is the funny part about the whole situation. And some people might get it now. Some people, it might take them longer to get it. Some people might never get it. Right. But basically, what I'm about to say is this: is that the feeling of feeling confident and being confident, right? It's something that you need to recognize, but what you got to understand is that it's already there. You understand? Your value is there. The value is already there. It's like, you know, like those books, the Where's Waldo books, and you're trying to find Waldo. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, there he is, right? So Waldo's in the picture. You feel what I'm saying? But you just haven't found him yet. So the confidence is there. The value is there. You just haven't found it yet. A lot of guys haven't found it yet. You see what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily anything that you need to get. It's sort of there. You just have to find it, and then you build upon it. You basically, you know, see that it's there, and then you use that to your advantage. You understand that you're valuable, and then you use that when you're talking to women. You understand? It's like this. Like, you know, like we're saying affirmations and stuff. It's also the mindset, too. For example, like I always say, you know, when I approach a girl or when I talk to women, you know, I assume they want to fuck me. Like all the time. I assume that every girl I talk to wants me. You understand? I assume that 99.9% of the women that I interact with are into me. You feel what I'm saying? I assume this, and like, and it's not even like a fake thing. It's a thing that it just like it's something that feels natural. You understand what I'm saying? What were you saying? Go ahead.
Oh, was it always natural for you? Like, once you know what I mean, found this information, or knew that this is what you should do, was it just something that was natural for you? Like, okay, I'm going to assume this, because sometimes I'll try to assume a certain mentality, but part of me will doubt it, you know?
Right. Well, and that's the thing. That's the thing. Sometimes it's going to take time, because what you got to understand is you are, how old are you?
27.
You're 27. So you've been indoctrinated with 27 years of bullshit, of people, of you being conditioned to think that you're not enough, or to think that you know, like, there's something wrong with you. You understand what I'm saying? And so to get over that, it's a consistent type of energy that you have to put out there, because what's going to happen is that even though, like I was saying, when you're confident, even though you know that you're valuable and you have that confidence, what's going to happen is that you'll get tricked back into thinking that you aren't as awesome as you are based off of how people are treating you outside. You see what I'm saying? So this is why you always got to be on top of your shit and understand your value. You see what I mean? And so once you understand that, that's the thing that's going to, you know, keep it going. The more that you understand it, the stronger it gets. That's what we talk about, building the confidence. The stronger it gets, to the point where, you know, if somebody says anything to you, or something that crazy, or something insulting, or a chick, you know, acts stupid or whatever, it doesn't really faze you like it used to, because of how valuable you see yourself. You see what I'm saying? And so the value that you see within yourself becomes super strong. It becomes so fucking strong that all the other nonsense doesn't matter. So like before, I mean, when I was younger, right? Like if I was to you know, plan a date with a girl or whatever, right? And she would flake on me. Before, I would get extremely upset. You feel what I'm saying? Then I would get mad and think, oh, something wrong with me. It's because of this. It's because of that. And so I'm beating myself up over what she did, and then looking at myself lower because of that. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm making all this outside stuff affect it, right? But see, the thing is that as I grew older, and as I started reading more things, talking to more people, getting put on the game, and then I started to see, you know, how valuable I was. Then once I saw it for myself, that's when everything fucking changed. That's when I was getting more chicks. That's when, you know, more women was being more receptive to me. That's when I was getting flaked on less. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all this shit changed because I changed. You see what I'm saying? So once you change, what's going to happen is that the people around you, you understand, there's going to be people who are you're going to attract, that's going to fit in with the type of person you are. You understand? It's kind of like this. If you walk into a bathroom and there's piss and shit all over the place, and you need to pee, and you pee on the toilet seat, you ain't gonna give a fuck, because this is piss and shit all over the place anyway. So everybody else done shitted on this place, so who the fuck cares? So whatever. But if you go into a bathroom, it's squeaky clean, and let's say you peeing and you a little bit of your pee went on the toilet, you might feel obligated to, let me get a tissue and wipe this shit off because everything is clean in here. So you sort of want to keep up that thing, because that bathroom is clean. You feel what I'm saying? So you respect the fact that it's clean. So you want to also be a person that's going to keep it clean because of how it is. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing that you got to understand is that people are going to start to treat you differently because you see yourself and treat yourself differently. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's the thing you got to understand.
Okay, so just to make sure I understand what you're saying, so you're basically saying just no matter what's going on outside of you, just always draw it back to I am valuable, like.
Oh, exactly.
So no matter. Okay.
No matter what, I don't care if you approached 25 chicks, you feel what I'm saying, and all 25 chicks wasn't feeling you. That don't change the fact that you are fucking confident, that you understand your value, because the 26th chick is going to see what's popping. Because what you got to understand is that sometimes those 25 women, right, there's a whole bunch of other reasons as to why they're not fucking with you. See, this is the part of the game guys got to understand. Just because a girl isn't fucking with you doesn't mean that she don't like you. You understand what I'm saying? I'll say that again. Just because a girl isn't fucking with you doesn't mean that she doesn't like you. Because there's a whole bunch of other reasons why she's not fucking with you. There's times where she's not fucking with you because she likes you. And because she likes you, you intimidate her. Because she's scared to get with a dude who's like you. Because she feels that she can't measure up to the type of woman that you would want to be with. Therefore, you might play her. Therefore, you might dump her. Therefore, you might treat her like, whatever. You see what I'm saying? So she's not going to get with you. Some girls won't get with you because they got a fucking STD right now. You feel what I'm saying? They're like, well, I can't fuck them tonight because my shit ain't clear up or whatever it is. You feel what I'm saying? So therefore, she's not going to get with you. You see what I mean? So there's a whole bunch of different reasons. There's girls who, they feeling you, but they still ain't get over their ex. They just broke up with their man 3 days ago. You feel what I'm saying? And they still on some other shit. So it's a lot of shit that you got to understand that goes along with it. So now, a guy who's not up on game, let's say a girl rejects him because, she fucking had an STD, he's going to be thinking all day like, damn, well, she didn't get with me because I'm not good looking enough. I ain't got enough money, this and this and that. And now he's letting his confidence go down based off of some shit that ain't have nothing to do with him. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's fucking crazy. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, man, I really appreciate it, man. I love the Bad Boy membership, man. You definitely helped me out a lot.
That's what's up, bro.
So, hey, I just appreciate the information, man. Keep doing what you're doing.
That's what's up, man. Appreciate the call, bro.
All right, fam.
I'm going to holler at you. Peace.
All right.
All right. So can people... I'm just going to check again if people can see me, because on my thing, it says it's streaming, but it's like that little fucking... It's like frozen. So can you guys see me good? Am I moving right? Can you see me? I know it'll be doing that shit where it be lagging and doing all that dumb shit. Okay, you can see me. Everything's good? All right. Okay, cool. Good. So, again, so you're saying you can see me, but it's a lag and everything? Okay. As long as you can see me, as long as you can hear me, that's good. Yo, what's poppin'? Who's calling?
Mr. Locario, what's up?
What's going on, bro?
Oh, it's crazy. I was my bad. I called like 2 or 3 times.
What's your name? What's your name? So everybody can know.
You said what?
So what's your name? So people can know that your name. What's your name?
My name is John.
John. Okay, where you from, John?
I'm from Maryland, man.
Maryland. Okay, what's good? What's going on with you?
Yeah, man. I just have this. I've kind of been over it, but I have this problem, man. Through my ex, man. I think this car gonna help out a lot of guys, hopefully. Mm-hmm. But I'm 21 right now. My ex was 5 years older than me. I met her. We used to work together, and I wasn't really attracted to her at that time. Mm. So I was 18. She was about 23 years old, and she was, I guess, somehow attracted to me. So she came, did all the moves. She hit on me and everything like that, and would make it very obvious that she liked me and whatnot. So at the time, I didn't really was attracted to her. I was like, it's okay. Like I'm good. I don't really want it. But after a while, I was like, I'll just give it a try, and I did. And I ended up losing my virginity to her, man, and all this other stuff happened. And she wanted to marry me. She fell in love with me. She wanted to marry me. But I was like, I'm 5 years younger, like all the yada. I was 19 at the time. She proposed to me. She wanted, me to marry her, and I had a lot of stuff going on. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna get married at this young age. So her parents yeah, go ahead.
So you didn't marry this chick?
I didn't.
Okay.
And my problem was that I made her fall in love through things that like when you're attracted to a girl, like you're always nervous, like what should I do, what should I not do, but when you're not attracted, like you do whatever you want, and she ends up falling in love somehow.
Right. Right.
So what happened was she ended up getting an arranged marriage because her parents were kind of forcing her to get married because she was coming across that age, and it wasn't like gunpoint to your head, like you have to get married. It was just like in the culture that she comes from, she had to it's time for her to get married. So at first she asked me, she's like, do you want to get married? Are you serious? Like, are you about this? I said no. And so she stopped talking to me for a little bit, and she got engaged and whatnot. But while she was engaged, she was still with me, and she was, I guess you could say, quote unquote, cheating on the guy because she was sleeping with me and stuff like that.
So wait, hold on, So she was engaged with the dude and she's sleeping with you?
Yeah, like that's what I'm trying to say. I did have her fall in love with me like that. Like, yeah, she was sleeping with me, and like all this stuff, man. And pretty much here's where I messed up. Okay, so after she got married, I got kind of insecure, and I started asking her weird questions like, oh, is he better than me in bed? Or like, all this yada stuff that I feel I kind of ashamed right now. But I mean, I did ask her, and she did say, yeah, he's bigger than you down there, and but she said I was still better than him through like other stuff, like
So wait, hold on. So wait. So what's the story now with this chick? Like, what's going on with you and her? Like, what's happening?
So I mean, like, through a mind of scarcity, I was still contacting her. I was kind of like, I guess, displaying a neediness behavior because I was like, I don't know how to explain it to you. I was just like, because I didn't have anybody else. Like, she was like the only one. You know what I mean? So it's like, I was kind of like still talking to her and stuff like that. But now, she come to find out. This happened this past January. She got married in January 15th this past year. And now
wait, hold on. You still messing with this chick?
I'm not messing with her. She lives in New York.
And so So my question to you is, what are we talking about her for? Like, what's going on with you where you're even thinking about talking to her? Like,
I just don't know. I don't know how to get over her, man. Like, I just don't know like what I should do. Like, it's kind of more of like I don't know if she lost attraction, and I just like can't get over the fact that she lost attraction or whatever it is, or
But dude, listen. You were fucking this girl while she was engaged to another dude. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so what do you, dude? You gotta understand. Like, first of all, see, you gotta understand. Like, I wouldn't even had suggested you be fucking with her if she was with the other dude in the first place. Especially they engaged, go talk to another chick, right? See, she wanted, you were saying she wanted you to marry her, right?
Yeah.
And you refused, which is great. I think that's good you refused. You feel what I'm saying? Because just, you just marrying some chick, you should only marry a chick when, first of all, I don't suggest most dudes get married anyway, because most chicks aren't qualified to be wives anyway. But if you do find a woman who's qualified...
This was a wife, man. Like, you know how they say marry a girl that will do anything for you, like love you no matter what? Like, at this point, our relationship was like, she loved me a lot more than I loved her. Like I said it to her face. I said all this stuff, and she didn't really care. But like she had those qualities, man, that like she wouldn't do anything as far as like anything you say that like most women are not like qualified to be like wives nowadays. You're right, they're not. But she definitely had that quality. I'm sorry. Go ahead. What were you saying?
So basically, what it is that the shit is over with this chick. Like, you gotta get her out your mind. You gotta keep the shit moving. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing was, you were saying that she was saying to you she wanted to get married. Like, she was saying, hey, I want you to marry me, right?
Yeah.
And how long y'all were together when she was saying this?
So at this point, I think it had been about 2 years.
2 years. Okay. And so you weren't ready to like get married, and now she's with some other nigga, and now you feel in a certain way, right?
Yeah, I mean, for me to even have sex with her, it took about like 2 years because I was a virgin, and I didn't like. I wanted my.
Wait. So you were a virgin, and she was your first chick?
Yeah, she was my first chick.
Oh, see, there we go. And how many? And wait, how old are you now?
I'm 21.
And when did you meet her?
I lost my virginity in 2016. April. So when I was 20.
See, dude, okay, look. This is what's going on, bro. Let me tell you exactly what's going on, dude.
Yeah, go.
You're young, and you just lost your virginity, and so you think that this chick is like it. You think this is the one? Oh, I missed out. I should. Nah, dude. You're young. You should be out here getting your dick sucked by random women. You feel what I'm saying? What are you doing sitting here talking about this chick? You know what I'm saying?
You're right. I mean, and I was going to say the other part, I also ended up fucking one of my sister's best friends, man. So, like...
See, look. So... Wait, so you fucked the first girl, which was the 21-year-old, I mean, the other girl that wanted to marry you, and now you fucked your sister's best friend, right?
Yeah, but this is I watched some of your recent videos, and it's like, don't fuck with women you're not attracted to, or like only go, so it's like it makes it feel like you're not, or it makes your time feel like it was worth it. But if you fuck with unattractive or like average girls, you're just like, damn, I spent all this time and it wasn't even worth it this whole time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's like another reason why I left her was because I wasn't like fully in love with her. I didn't find her like all that beautiful. She was pretty, don't get me wrong. Right. But like there are flaws that you don't find.
Well, listen, dude. Let me tell you what's like. Again, you're young, you're inexperienced. So you got that first taste of vagina. The chick was cooperating. So you was like, this is it. This is the shit. Now you feel like, damn, I lost one. I lost her. What is she doing right now? Is she still thinking about me? All this other stuff. Since you were a virgin and you had sex with her, so now you had sex with her, your sister's friend, and was those the only two chicks you had sex with so far?
That's pretty much it. And,
right.
And these both women were older than me.
Okay, so this is what I'm saying, dude. Just go out there and start fucking other chicks. That's it. Trust me. Let me tell you something. When you start dating other women, having sex with other women, all this other shit, you're gonna you'll probably forget who this girl's name is. You feel what I'm saying? This is what I'm trying to tell you. But right now, you're in a situation where you've only had these experiences, so you're holding on to those things. You feel what I'm saying? And so you might be in a situation where, okay, now you're out here, maybe you haven't really fucked with a girl in a little while. It's probably been a month or two, a few months. Shit ain't popping off. So now you start thinking about the first girl. You understand? And you start thinking about all the good times you had and all this other shit. Dude, you gotta leave that alone. You feel what I'm saying? Because the chicks that the chicks that you are gonna meet now in the future, right? You're gonna be with another chick who's gonna be hotter than this girl. You're going to be with another chick who's going to be probably more on point than this chick. You feel what I'm saying? And you're going to, you understand? And you're going to almost want to kick yourself for thinking about this first chick all the time. You just right now, you're just not in the situation to realize that yet. But this is what I'm telling you. Don't worry about her. Forget about her. You feel what I'm saying? And involve yourself with other women. You feel what I'm saying? Involve yourself with other. The reason why you're not involving yourself with other women is because you do not. You're so caught up in the thought process of the first girl. You feel what I'm saying? And this is the thing. You like the way that we're designed as human beings. When we're fully in the moment with different shit, we're so engulfed in it that we're not really worried about nothing else. Just like me and you are talking right now. We're in the moment talking. We're going through this. I'm sure as you were telling me the story, as we're talking right now, you probably weren't thinking back to what you did, last Saturday or whatever happened, because we're fully into this conversation. You see what I'm saying? So once you get fully invested into dealing with other women, that girl's not going to cross your mind probably even once, because you're going to be so involved in some new chick. Some hotter chick, some other chick that's all about you, some other chick that's having sex with you that the sex is off the hook. you're gonna be so much into her that you're not gonna be thinking about this chick. The reason why you're thinking about her is because you're still young in the game as far as your sexual experience. So you're making the interactions you're having with these women more like more of a thing that it really needs to be. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another thing is, I'm about to go to university this fall, and it's a pretty big party school and whatnot. My thing is, I mean, I'm gonna be straight up and honest. Like, I am kind of insecure about my little size down there, man. Like, all this other stuff going on. Like,
you say you're insecure about what?
My dick size, man. Like, I'm kind of insecure about it, man, because like it's not like I'm all the way like, you know what you mean, like I made both these women squirt and orgasm and whatnot, but it's just like they like when I asked her like who do you prefer, she said I like the thicker one or I like the bigger one or whatnot. I'm just like,
dude, first of all, stop asking chicks what they prefer, because what they prefer isn't none of your business. It don't matter what they prefer. You feel what I'm saying? Because you are you, and you supposed to get yours. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. She's supposed to get hers. So if she likes a certain type of dick, and she's fucking you, either she likes your dick or she's settling for your dick. Either way, she's there fucking you, so you get what you want to get. Don't worry about what she wants and all the other shit. That's not none of your business. See, if you're making it your business, then that's going to affect you when you're fucking with women. You see what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to perform. You're probably going to end up you're going to start getting soft when you're trying to fuck. You understand? Like, you're not going to be in your, you're not going to be there. You're going to be all in your head, and that's going to affect how you interact with girls, because now you're going to be talking to a chick and you're going to try to make something happen, and then you're going to be thinking, damn, but what if she think my dick is too small? Then that's going to affect how you pull chicks. You feel what I'm saying? So don't worry about like a chick thinking that because this is the thing, other dudes is gonna have some other shit that you ain't got. You understand? It don't fucking matter. You feel what I'm saying? Like they said in the chat room, there's like porn causes unrealistic penis size expectations, which is true. You feel what I'm saying? So don't worry about that shit. As long as you smashing and you having a good time, that's what it is. Don't worry about that shit. You feel what I'm saying?
I was just trying to like be the best of all time. That's pretty much it, man. Like be like in her head, like no matter what, like no matter how many years down the road. Because I mean, the amount of times she told me she loved me, I believed her, man. And like now, like obviously she's with another guy, but it's just like I get surprised like where that love went or all that stuff. You know what I mean? So
you all up in your. You all up in your ego, bruh. That's what I'm trying to tell you guys. I keep telling you. All that ego, that's all ego talk. Like, you care too much about how she feel about you. If another dude is doing it better than you, that's all ego shit, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Because you're not gonna know, and it doesn't matter. The shit don't matter. You feel what I'm saying?
So get rid of your ego, pretty much. Don't give a fuck if they're not good or bad or whatever.
Just look. Yeah, don't just do your thing, have your fun. Don't worry about all that other shit. Worrying about all that other shit is a waste of time. Because no matter what, look, this is the thing. The funny part is that usually chicks ain't gonna be honest with you anyway. That's one. And if they are honest with you, sometimes, not even that. Like, most of them ain't gonna be, because truth be told, she probably, that girl that you said that you was fucking with and she said the other dude is bigger, she probably could have just been saying that to get a reaction out of you. You feel what I'm saying? So you can't even take a lot of shit women say for face value anyway. So, and even asking that within itself makes you look insecure. It makes you look like, oh, I care so much, and I
learned this from your videos, man. I actually found you through this whole like trying to search for answers because of the situation, and you're right. Like saying all these things is actually gonna make her more attracted to the guy, because she's gonna be like, oh, what does he have that he keeps like being so insecure? Exactly.
Yeah, so don't worry about this shit. Look, all you need to do, go talk to more chicks, fucking have sex, you understand? Have some fun.
Right.
Don't worry about other niggas they fucking, it don't matter. Just do you. And then as time goes on You're going to start learning more shit about yourself. You're going to start learning more about women you like. You're going to start learning about, you know, the stuff that, you know, you just like in general. And then you're going, you know, you're going to make decisions based off of that. So that's really all it is, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
And one more thing, to go out with these girls, you got to be drinking alcohol and stuff. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do any of that stuff. But how do I, like, if I were to take a girl out or whatnot and she, you know, she wants to drink, like, how do I don't understand how, like how do I make things happen?
Like if you wanted to take a girl out and you say you don't drink?
Yeah.
Well, you don't necessarily need to go and get a drink, but if you do get a drink, because I don't drink either, but if I go out with a girl and say, hey, let's get a drink, I just drink fucking cranberry juice or some shit. You feel what I'm saying? So
okay. So you don't have to drink alcohol.
Nah, drink whatever the fuck you want. You feel what I'm saying? I don't, you know, drink no fucking alcohol. I just drink some cranberry juice, and I'm sitting there chatting, talking to girls. I like the bar atmosphere, so I go there and, you know, meet chicks, and then I do what I got to do. But yeah, you don't need to drink shit.
Do the girls drink alcohol too or no?
Yeah. Some of them drink alcohol. You know what I'm saying? They drink whatever they want to drink. You feel what I mean? And that's it. And that is it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But yeah, But yo, thanks for calling, and remember, just do you, son. Stop worrying about that first chick and all that other bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
I just want to say one more thing to whoever's watching. Like, I've looked at guys like Corey Wayne. I've looked at all those dating pickup artist people, man. But Mr. Locario for real is the realest deal, man. Like, this guy gives solid advice, and everything he says is truthfully from experience. You can tell he has a lot of experience. And, you know, I've been watching your videos, man, for a good almost 1 month now. I've probably watched every single one, and I've learned a lot. So I appreciate what you're doing out here, man. Keep doing your thing.
Appreciate it, man. I appreciate you, man. Spread the word, yo. Spread the word. I appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. Yeah, I appreciate every last one of y'all that fucking watch this stuff and subscribe and all that other stuff, you know. And shout out to everybody else, you know, putting the game out there. You know, shout out to Corey Wayne. Shout out to Steve the Dean. Who else we putting game out there? Rom Wills, RSD. What is this? A lot of dudes out there that be giving some good shit, man. But yeah. But yo, I'm about to reach 10,000 subscribers. That's probably even there at this moment. I don't know. But what I was saying earlier was I'm going to give away a lot of my products for free. But the only way that you're going to get these products, I'm going to put out a video to let you know. The only way for you to get all these products for free is when you have to join the Bad Boy membership. So I'm going to have like a 2-day sale. You join the Bad Boy membership, and then you're going to get basically all of my other products for free. You feel what I'm saying? So as soon as I hit the 10,000 join, I'm going to put out a video, and then we're going to have a 2-day sale, and then you get all these products. I have a thing called the Ultimate Bad Boy, you know, package. And in that package is basically all of my products. So all of that whole package, it costs $1,000, right? But the value of it is almost $2,000, right? So you're gonna get all of this shit that the value is $2,000. You're gonna get all of that for free, right? If you join the Bad Boy membership. You feel me? So once that sale goes up, I'll let you know. It's gonna be a 2-day sale, and we're gonna make that happen. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Locario, what's good? So Johnny,
what's popping, bro? What you up to?
Ain't shit, man. Yeah. Yeah. Let me ask you, what's your take on, like, I guess, like, chicks who have, like, those, I guess, like, real, like, masculine, manly jobs, like corrections or police officers or stuff like that? Because I was having, like, a discussion with my brother, and he was just saying, like, I think it was all for, like, a reference of an article that you had shared on Facebook the other day.
Right.
And he was just saying, like, how, like, you know, that I'm fucking with this chick for a minute, you know, like a month, you know, like a little bit over a month we've been fucking, and, like, he's in that carry right now for corrections, and he was, like, saying, like, I don't know, yo, that's kind of weird, because women don't really take that job, and he was saying, like, with those type of jobs, like, she might bring that energy home or whatever, and it's going to kind of, like, she might be uncooperative or whatever like that. It's kind of, like, hard, like, to picture a chick that's going to, like, be kind of, like, submissive and be able to, like, sit chat, you know, like take that back seat and let the man leave because she got a fucking son niggas in the block, you know, in the cell block.
Right. Well, the thing is, it really all depends on the chick, because some chicks know how to turn it on and off. Meaning, like, so for example, my mother, she's a parole officer. You understand? So
Yeah.
I remember when I was younger, like, my mother's like the sweetest woman you'd ever meet in your life. You feel what I'm saying? Like, super nice, all that other shit. But I remember I went to work with her one time, and, you know, she had to talk to some of the people, and it's like a whole different fucking person. You feel what I'm saying? So sometimes they know how to, you know, turn it on and off depending on the situation. So they know they at work, they got to put up a certain, you know, front or whatever. Then when they out of work, it's a whole different thing. So it just all depends on her at the end of the day. You feel what I mean? So I would say, like, you got to sort of judge each chick on an individual basis. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. And it's like the funny thing with her, like it's just crazy. Like, these chicks be thinking they like slick, and they be trying to sell motherfuckers like Oscar. They be trying to like I guess try to front and try to like you know, try to give motherfuckers Oscar performances and shit. It like, you know. Nah, because my brother was talking to like this chick. I remember, I think I had commented something how like this chick, it's like the whole issue, like she giving me slack saying about my, you know, because we talk about kids, whatever, we talk about whatever, and she was like, she's like, I told her I'm gonna name my son after me. She's like, oh, was he getting your last name? And I'm like, yo, you being real petty right now. And then, like, she knew, I guess, because, and I remember she said something crazy. She's like, oh, we both got strong personalities. And I said, that's my name, that's that. I said, within reason, I could probably compromise, but idealistically, he's gonna be named after me. And she's like, oh, he's getting your last name. We got into, like, a whole big, like, debacle debate about that shit. Like, a little argument. And I always say argument. And, like, it was, like, pretty much, like, she talked about it on Wednesday, and then another day she brought it up. Then when I chilled with her, like, last Saturday, she thought about it. She talked about it, and I'm just like, yo. And then even like this past Monday, she said something about, like, you know, talking about some dude and, you know, his kid. She's like, oh, was he named after? You know, she just being, you know, joking around, being petty or whatever like that. And all, when it came down to it, made me say, because I told her straight up like a week ago, I said, y'all bitches fucking know what dudes that have a baby by. Especially when y'all older and y'all wiser, y'all fucking already know what dude is gonna stay around. If you know, if y'all wise as fuck, y'all ain't gonna know Reggie down the street. Y'all be like, hell no, that motherfucker gonna fuck around dip. But if you know, you know, Johnny or somebody else, he a good dude and he, you know, he treat me right, I'm gonna fuck around and lay down. So like, remember I told you a couple weeks ago, she was bitching about the whole like me nutting in the condom shit. She was trying to like really trying to sell me. I was saying like, oh, that's weird. I don't know why you do that. Dude, your dudes are lying to you, say they don't do that. I'm like, yeah, that bitch is down. I think she just want a kid. And my thing is like, okay, if you're doing this. And I was just talking, like, you know, I'm just talking, like, okay, like, if you give me slack about my name and then you want to kick, you know, and then, like, it sounds like she wants something from me. And I'm not giving it to her. So it's kind of like she's kind of, like, being that I'm pushing her off or whatever like that, it kind of feels like it's like a hard rejection that I don't want to give her my feed type of shit. And it's like, and it's kind of weird because, like, how you going to say, like, you don't want nothing by 31, 32, but then you getting mad that I'm preventing your plan of, you know, you're 28, you're about to be 29, and you don't want nothing by 32 and you want a pill, like, I'm preventing the plan, you know what I mean? Well, see, you know, I'm trying to help you fuck with your plan. It just sounds stupid.
Well, see, the thing is, you know, look, man, with a lot of these chicks, yo, you gotta understand that women, the way that they try to get shit done when it comes to dealing with dudes, a lot has to do with manipulation. It's not necessarily a bad thing, you understand, as far as when we talk about manipulation with women is that, but the way they come at you, they come at you in a way where it's like they're trying to find stuff out, and at the same time they're trying to imply certain things in order to get a specific result. So if you're not aware of that, you know, you're going to be thinking, oh, she's just talking regular, or she's just trying to figure stuff out, or she's trying to, you know, she's just, you know, asking weird questions. But a lot of times they're trying to sort of course you into a certain, like, thought pattern so that they can get their agenda met. So whatever you're going through with that chick, you know, or dealing with her, you understand, you just got to watch how slick sometimes chicks will, you know, bring shit up or say shit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know,
she brought it 4 days in a row, and I told her straight up, I'm gonna keep it. I kept it 100. I said, yo, you want more kids? Like, you want more kids? I was like, I told her straight up. I was like, yo, you want more kids? I said, I'm gonna ask you this straight up.
Well, don't get caught up in that bullshit. Like, don't let, you know, her try to talk you into. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, and be on some bullshit. But yeah, make sure, you know, you don't get caught up, because a lot of dudes, if they don't understand the game, they get caught up in the narrative of what women are saying and doing, and they sort of just like go in that direction following them. You feel what I'm saying?
yeah. You know, I'm just doing me. Like, if we chill this weekend, I'm just gonna be like, yo, we gonna do this, and we gonna talk, but I ain't gonna bring that shit. Cause I told her straight up, you know, me and my brother were talking. I told him, I said, yo, you know, he gave me a little bit, but I said, yo, I talked to him, we had a conversation. I said, yo, I ain't like these other motherfuckers. I'm gonna keep doing what the fuck I'm doing. If you don't like what the fuck we like, you know, cause she even said that, like, she tried to like take the pussy off the table. I'm like, I'm gonna take the dick off the table too. Like,
exactly. That's look, dude. Don't let these chicks try to, you know, fucking. You know, try to manipulate you into doing the shit they want you to do. That's really, you know, at the end of the day, what's going on.
Like she likes to. I mean, she's like one of them. You know, she's like one of the Western. You know, like, you know how chicks like to play like how hard to get. You know, and joke around. You know, they like to be goofy and play hard to get. And I'm just like, whatever. But at the end of the day, you know, I caught her. You know, she already feeling me. I done hit her like 4 or 5, 6 times or whatever like that. She feeling me. I don't really sweat her like that. Like I think, like, you know, I usually tell her to call me in the morning. I think I said that the other day. I said, yo, I told her to call me in the morning, you know, just to test the compliance levels to see where she at.
Right.
You know, and whatnot. And, you know, sometimes she won't call me, so, like, if she don't call me, I'll be on some asshole shit. I just won't even hit her up.
Right.
Do me.
See, the thing is with chicks like that, man, you know, I would say this, man. They saying you talking too fast in the chat room. I would say, yo, a lot of times, you know, with chicks like that, you got to keep them at arm's length, man, because you want all the situations that you're dealing with women, you want to make sure that there is cooperation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, throughout. You feel what I mean? Like, because if she's sort of all over the place, if one minute she's hitting you up and you tell her to, the next minute she's not, or she's doing this when she's supposed to do that and all that other stuff, all it does is going to be more work for you to deal with a chick like that. So you know, I would say, like, for her, because then this is the thing, there's gonna be chicks where they don't cooperate, but you still want to fuck with them because, I don't know, either they, you know, they got a fat ass or something, or they, you know, it's usually because of sex. You feel what I'm saying? Let's keep it real. But you know what I mean. But you got to keep them at arm's length, meaning you can't really take it too seriously, but you also have to be on top of your shit so you don't get caught up and you don't slip up, so that you don't get yourself in a situation with her. You know, let's say you end up by mistake getting her pregnant or whatever, or let's say you fucking like some drama happens with her and some other dude and you get caught in it. You don't want to, you understand what I'm saying, because her behavior is already showing you that she's sort of like on some other shit. So with chicks like that, it would be on some just, I see you when I see you, and we smash real quick, and I keep it moving. Like, I don't really involve myself too much into you because you're already showing me that it doesn't make sense to do that with you. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, like, it was crazy because, like, she was just saying things. Because we be talking about open shit, like, you know, and she was saying how, like, we were talking, and she had, you know, she'll, like, apologize. Like, she did that a couple times. Like, I don't be asking for no apology, but, like, she'll hit me up and, like, yo, I know I ain't hit you up always, but I got this stress with the academy or whatever like that.
Right.
Whatnot. And I'm like, all right, whatever, you know. I'm like, okay, nah, it's cool. You doing your shit, like, fuck it. You know what I mean? I'm doing my own shit, you know what I mean? And see, that's the thing. That's the thing, though. That's all I want to say about that is that, see, that right there shows you how, like, the category you got to put her in. You feel what I'm saying? That's the part that dudes don't understand sometimes, is that, you know, you're going to have chicks who are going to cooperate, and you're going to have chicks that's going to sort of halfway cooperate. Then you're going to have the chicks that's all the way on the other side where they just, like, ridiculous or whatever. But for whatever reason, like you said, you know, you want to smash or whatever, she look good, cool, but you still have to make sure, depending on how she's acting, you got to put her in a certain category. So if she's on some, oh, I'm sorry I didn't call you for a while because this and that, yada yada yada. All right, cool, no problem. But you don't like, she's taking herself out of, you know, a woman that you would see as something serious to a chick you just are gonna fuck. Cool. Now you're just the fuck buddy. That's cool. But just, you see what I mean? Yeah, because lately, like, you know, we've been fucking, and we be talking, you know, we be talking, you know, sometimes we talk on the phone or whatever like that, but lately, I've been thinking, like, yeah, you know, I'm just gonna keep fucking this chick. That shit probably gonna come to an end eventually, but, you know, she going to the academy, so, you know, it's probably good sex to release the stress. You know, I'm getting the sex, you know, I work a lot, so she, you know, I get my sex and she get her sex, and that's what it is. I don't give a fuck, you know what I mean?
Right.
But when she be talking about that other shit, and I used to be like, yo, she fucked out.
Yeah, don't take it serious with the other shit. Just I would say just like keep smashing this chick and keep her as that side girl. You feel what I'm saying? Like keep her as a side chick you just smash, you have some fun with, and you don't take it too seriously, but you keep an eye on her because the way she's coming at it, she seems like it's on some like other goofy shit. So I wouldn't take it too seriously.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Because she be feeling me like I feel like she feeling me because like even like retarded shit like she fucking like I go to her house like on the weekends sometimes or whatever and like this bitch fucking gave me like fucking giving me toothbrushes and shit like oh yeah you want your toothbrush? I'm like
right.
At first I didn't even want to take this shit because I'm just like yo like I don't know who you gave this shit to like
right. Nah, don't take it too seriously. Just smash and you know what I'm saying? Because I already know you. I know you be getting chicks. I know you be out here going, doing your thing. So so you ain't got to worry about that too much. You feel what I'm saying? I say just keep on the team, but she's more like the bench warmer. You feel what I'm saying? So just keep it at that level. You feel me? But I'm gonna get a few more of these calls and shit real quick, cause
all right, man,
people call in. But I'm gonna holler at you, Johnny. All right.
All right, man.
All right, cool. That's my dude right there, man. But yeah, a lot of times, man, these chicks, dude, you gotta, if you ain't gonna charge into the game, you just gotta, put them in a certain position, man. That's it. That is it. That's all you gotta do. You feel what I'm saying? So I had some other people calling in, but I didn't get a chance to get to y'all. But calling number 646-481-3901. But yeah, man. So Frank TV, you said girls either really like black guys or really do not. Girls are neutral to non-black men and don't have strong feeling towards or against. You said non-black men are just guys to them, while we are black guys. And you said, and the ones who do like black men are trash, ugly / fat, ghetto, while the high sexual market value women usually date their own or white men. Kim K's are rare. Black men get a lot of non-black pussy, but it's quantity, not quality. Where you getting this information from, Frank TV? Where you getting this crap from, bro? Yo, let me tell you guys something. Let me put to rest the bullshit, because I've said this before. Most women, white, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever, Indian, all that shit, right? They want to fuck black dudes. Okay, don't get it twisted. Do not get it twisted. I'll talk about that in a second. Yo, who's calling?
Yes, this is Brother Lex, a.k.a. Peace Lord. What's poppin', brother?
What's going on? Wait, where you from? Let the people know.
I'm from Westchester County.
Okay, that's what's up. What's going on?
New York. Yeah. So, bro, just real quickly, because I'm gonna, let the flow go. So after maybe about 4, no shows, but like 3 rejections, whatever. I kept moving. So I got this young chick. She's like 23 years old, real cool chick, and what's really good about it is that she likes other females.
Right.
So what I would like to know from you is just how to approach it correctly in terms of getting other chicks, because I already expressed to her, I let her know, like, hey, so I like you, however, I do like other females, and I have a lot to offer other females, so, we can hang out, we can do what we do, and she's like, yes, that's cool, we can go out, we can get another chick, bring her home, and everything is lovely. So, I know you probably have experience in that, like, how do you go about doing that? Do you approach the other females, or do you let the girl recruit the girl?
Yeah, let the girl recruit the girl. So
got it.
So the thing is that if you got a girl who likes chicks and she's about that life, she's like, okay, yeah, we can do some threesomes. Yeah, definitely let the chick approach the girl. So like if you go out to spots and because because there's spots in the city where they have like these whole polygamy events and polyamory joints where people meet up who are in that lifestyle, so that's straight easy to get it there, right? But then
okay.
right, so that's one. Also, if you're out in another spot, right, and let's say you with Shorty, and then y'all talking, y'all just hanging out, chilling, and y'all meet some other people. You might meet another girl in a spot. Y'all all three y'all talking, and then she could get the information, you know, from the chick. You understand? But it's usually her doing most of the, like, you know what I'm saying, the recruiting and the talking and all that other stuff. You see what I mean? Because it's easier to pull that way, and because a lot of times it's gonna be, you know, more difficult for you to holler at a girl and then say, yeah, I want you to come through and fuck me and my girl, or the girl is gonna be like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, so
okay.
Right. So cool. Yeah, so definitely do that shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, let her, you know, bring her with you to spots and let her recruit the other chicks. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, so that's the route that I'm gonna start going then.
Yeah, definitely, man.
All right,
make that shit happen.
Brother, I really appreciate the info. I'm gonna let you go.
All right, bro.
I'll see you some other time.
All right, man, I'll let you. Peace.
All right, peace.
Yeah, man. So you were saying Frank Truth TV. You were saying that the black dudes got to get the scraps. Are you insane? HB fucking owns. You said if you're a black dude, just holler at girls. Period. The fat white women with black dudes is because that's what he limited himself to. Yeah, well, he limited himself to that, but also to a lot of black dudes be fucking with fat white chicks. So fat white chicks be coming after black dudes. You understand? And usually it's not necessarily, it's usually the broke dudes be doing, you know, fucking with a whole bunch of fat chicks. That's usually what happens. But see, just because, you know, a whack chick is coming at you, no matter if you're black, white, whatever, that don't mean you gotta accept it. You feel what I'm saying? Wandering Vagabond, you said, why does your girl think you're being selfish over getting head? What do you mean? What are you talking about? Call up Wandering Vagabond. Call up 646-481-3901. Whew, but yeah, don't get fooled out here. All these chicks want to fuck with black dudes. All of them. All of them. White chicks, black chicks, Asian chicks, they all want black dudes. Don't let these motherfuckers fool you. Because just visually, and you know, black men visually are looked at as the most masculine. So just think about this logistically. If women like masculine men, why would they not want to fuck with black guys? Does that make any sense to you? You understand? Frank Truth TV said it's not true. It's not just my experience. I see this shit all the time. I've even seen fucking, you know, like racist white chicks trying to fuck with black dudes. You feel what I'm saying? You know? Wandering Vagabond, you said that she thinks you don't get any pleasure from fucking her because you always talking about getting head too much. Nah, just tell her, yo, I like fucking you too, but I like the head too. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? Nelson, what's good? You said, what's your opinion on telling women they're pretty or beautiful when you see them? You've heard some pickup artists say to never compliment a woman on her looks. See, that's a good question. I've talked about this before. There's nothing wrong with complimenting a woman, right? But it's the way that you do it. It's how you do it. So your compliment should be in conjunction with flirting and creating sexual tension. You see what I'm saying? So if you're talking to a girl and you flirting with her and you say, yo, you got some sexy ass lips, and then you say, come here, and then you kiss her. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's in conjunction with the whole thing. You feel what I'm saying? You don't want to just be going around, oh my God, you're so beautiful, you're so hot, and sounding like some fucking simp trying to sweat chicks. You see what I mean? So it all depends on the context and how you're doing it. You feel me? Waterson's 10, you said if you're not a muscle-bound black man or tall and lanky, they don't want you. What are you talking about? Where do you guys get these ideas from? You said most racist white girls won't date black guys. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Trust me. Look, I know a lot of black dudes who date white chicks. And I date white women. So I can tell you from experience and seeing other people that there are racist white chicks who date black dudes. Now, there were times where I was dating white chicks. I didn't know they was fucking racist till later. You feel what I'm saying? But we was fucking and we was getting shit popping. You said we just have lower social market value because we are lower on the totem pole, hence why fat chicks be the main ones trying to get at us. Dude, you gotta understand something, man. Look, see, y'all be getting confused with this whole looks, money, status, and all this other garbage. Look, when, at the end of the day, when you are interacting with a woman, you are in a situation where it's man and woman, period. You see what I'm saying? So when you get in front of a woman, right, and you are interacting with her, this is where game comes in, because your game can determine how receptive she's going to be to you. Now, the fact that you are a black guy, let's say you're talking to a white girl or Asian girl or whatever, right? The fact that you're a black guy, let's say that white or Asian girl is some girl from some other race or whatever, right? She has her preconceived notions about you as a black guy, right? So let's say some dumb shit like she's like, oh, he's dangerous because he's a black guy, he's a thug, or whatever the fuck it is, right? You know, haven't we been talking about for years how women like bad boys? So even if she sees you as that thug or whatever, it's closer to the bad boy image. So why would she not want to fuck with you? You see what I'm saying? So don't let these fucking online dating surveys, which is what motherfuckers love to turn to, and all that shit fool you. You see what I'm saying? When you get out here in the real world, it's a whole different fucking story. It's a whole different story. Like, do you know how easy it is for me to pull white chicks? This shit is so easy. This shit is so fucking easy. Look, let me tell you something. Me and Miles got kicked out of a fucking bar one time because we came in there. It was 90% white chicks, and me and him and maybe like one other dude, we're the only black people in there. And we hollering at the white chicks. The chicks is fucking cooperating. And the fucking owner of the bar, you know, some racist white motherfucker, had his two nigga bouncers come and throw me and Miles out the fucking spot. You feel what I'm saying? Crazy. Omed 2009, he said, what do I think about feminism and how any man that tries to say hi or say some nice shit with no ulterior motive, just friendly, can now be falsely accused of sexual harassment? So this is the thing. It's usually, let me tell you something. A lot of that is that bullshit. It's usually those goofy ass, dumpy, you know, feminist looking chicks that nobody ain't trying to holler at, that's talking all that bullshit. You understand? Chicks who are attractive, they get it. They understand. They like when dudes holler. Even when a dude they don't like hollers, they like that they're getting hollered at. So don't worry about that bullshit. And also, you got to see the vibe of the situation. Like, if you're talking to a girl and she's obviously not into it, or she's just trying to get away and whatever, or she's just being standoffish, then keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? You said real racists will likely not be caught dead with black men. Dude, you don't... Man, what are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? See, you got to understand something. Race is a social construct. That social construct creates racism, right? So, my dick, you understand, and her pussy don't know shit about racism. You understand that? So what that means is if I'm talking to this woman and she is attracted to me and she's feeling me, it don't matter if she's racist. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm not saying you should be trying to fuck with racist chicks. I'm just trying to explain to you that a chick, even if she's racist, will fuck a black dude. You understand? There's a lot of fucking black dudes with white chicks, and them motherfuckers is racist. That's all that shit is. It's crazy, crazy. HB fucking owns. She said she can't control what makes her wet. Women like masculine men with game. Exactly. See, y'all be getting confused by all the fucking like bullshit that be going on with the the race this and this that, and if you don't got money or status, and y'all talking on talking points from the internet. You understand? You said women are social creatures. Women care too much about what people think. That's true. But just because she cares about what people think doesn't mean she's not going to fuck you. You understand what I'm saying? So that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Yeah, Frank Truth TV, call up. Because you know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you guys the number 646-481-3901. Frank Truth TV, call up. Poti Robinson, what's good? You said when you're talking and flirting with a girl during a date, should you bring up sex? Like, let's go back to my place, or should you keep flirting and talking till she brings up sex? Well, this is the thing. You can flirt and you can build the sexual tension, and then you bring up the sex. You feel what I'm saying? Then you bring up, yeah, let's go back to my place. Let's get more comfortable. Let's do this. Let's do that. But it has to be, built up. That's the way that it's going to basically, be smoother when you're making it happen. Frank True TV, you said you can tell I am black on the phone. How is race not real? Oh, Frank Truth, are you trolling now? Are you trolling? Do you understand when I say race is not real? What I'm saying is that they have created a division between people. They say your skin is this way, your skin is that way. We're going to call you black, we're going to call you white, we're going to call you yellow, we're going to call you... That's what we're talking about. It's a social construct. Wandering Vagabond, call up. See, some of y'all be talking all this shit in the chat room. Y'all be scared to call up. You said I admitted it, that women care about what people think, so why would a racist care? Why wouldn't a racist care what her friends think? Answer that. Dude, I just said that women, they're going to care about what people think. That does not mean they are not going to fuck you. You're saying that black dudes, they can't fuck with these chicks because they're racist and all of that. Just because a chick is racist doesn't mean that she won't fuck you. You understand? So if I walk up to a girl and she's racist, she's like, oh, I think black people this, black people that, right? I don't know. She doesn't know that I know. She doesn't know that, I don't know she's racist. I give her my number. She calls me. She comes to my house. We have sex. Then she leaves. You understand? Her friends don't know she's there, but she's fucking me. This is what I'm trying to tell you. You understand what I'm saying? My God. Like, Jesus Christ. Born the Legend, what's good? You said, do you think it's a waste of time to talk to chicks from the internet that live in different cities? I mean, yes, a waste if you're not going there or if she's not coming to where you at. You see what I'm saying? It's a huge waste of time. You said racists secretly love black people. Exactly. It's true. Crazy. But yeah, you guys got to, you know. It's crazy, man. Have you on photo. What's good, bruh? He said, what about white porn stars that won't do interracial scenes? And that's the thing. That's all business. But but the thing is, behind the scenes, they fucking with black dudes. Felipe Francisco, you said the widows of dead slave masters used to blackmail slaves into having sex with them. Yo, Miles, what's good, bruh? Miles, what's going on? Yo.
Yo, Miles, what's good, bro?
What's up, man?
What's popping?
Nothing, man. Just kind of get this marketing material together because you gotta go get it. You feel me?
I feel you, man. I feel you. We talking about the, you know, they saying that, you know, racist white chicks ain't fucking black dudes, and I'm trying to explain to them because I'm sure it had to been a few women in my history of the white chicks that I fucked with that were racist. It had to have been. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Like how many white chicks did I fuck in my life? You trying to tell me none of them was racist? Come on, son. You feel what I'm saying? Like
I mean, it shows in history. Like all of them white, all of those white slave masters. You know, they hated black people, but they did nothing but fuck. You know, their black slaves. Like,
exactly.
All day, every day. You know
Exactly.
So yeah.
So you know, so we not saying go out there and fuck with racist chicks. We're just saying, yo, there are racist white chicks who will still have sex with you. You gotta understand that.
Right.
You know what I mean?
That's why you gotta get to the point quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because she could hate you because you're a nigger, but she could want to fuck you because you're a nigger.
Exactly.
So you gotta be like, look, man, what's good? Let's get to the hotel, like,
right,
quickly. You know what I'm saying?
but that's why you got to be careful sometimes. You feel what I'm saying, around those chicks. You see what I mean? Because you fuck with those chicks, and the fact that they're racist, that's when you get caught up in some bullshit. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, I should write a book on for black men on how to fuck with chicks from other races. You feel what I'm saying? So that they don't get caught up in the bullshit. You feel what I mean? Because
shit,
you know,
new book by Mr. Locario.
Exactly. So hopefully I don't get caught up in the bullshit. You understand? Or even if I do get caught up in the bullshit, then I could tell you even more shit not to do. You feel what I'm saying?
Well, hold on. Ain't you married to a white chick?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, so you be the perfect one to write the book.
Exactly. You feel what I mean? But you know, but earlier we were talking about. Yeah, the topic.
Women decide if they'll have sex with you.
Exactly, that's the main topic. So what's your thoughts on that?
I don't think women decide if they'll have sex with you.
Right. Elaborate. Let them know.
Because women operate off of their emotion, right?
Right.
So it's not, they don't choose or decide. Like a woman can hardly decide on any fucking thing. You understand? Like. Every fucking time they gotta go somewhere, they don't know what to wear.
Right.
They don't have any clothes. They spend hours trying on shoes. So it's all about a feeling. You understand what I'm saying?
Right. And that's what I was saying earlier.
So
but go ahead.
what it is you gotta have that, like you always talk about, like, you know, fan the flames of the sexual tension. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you talk about sex. Make sure you try your best to get touchy-feely with her as early and often as possible, so you can get to that point as early as often as possible,
right.
so she can respond to her feelings that you're helping to. It's like fanning the flame. You
right.
know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like adding wood to a flame. It's like, wood to a flame. Anyway, it's like you're stoking the fire. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
You're poking the lion in the fucking cage. You feel me? So when she get that fucking feeling, nothing else matters except the feeling to a bitch. You feel me?
Right.
Nothing.
Right.
So it's not that she decides. It's that it's like you help her to basically fall victim to her own fucking emotion. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
I think that's what it is. Like, chicks don't decide shit. Because if you actually have let me tell you something. I remember one night I was dropping a bitch off. It was 2:30 in the morning, and this bitch kept talking, and she wouldn't get the fuck out of my car.
Right. Right.
You understand what I'm saying? And I thought about it, and I realized, I said, this bitch wanna fuck, but she don't wanna like actually say it. And
right.
I wasn't about to say to her, oh, hey, you wanna go back to my crib and fuck? You understand what I'm saying? So the bitch kept talking and talking and talking, so I just grabbed the bitch and stuck my tongue down her throat.
Right.
Next thing I know, we was in my room. I had a butt naked, jigging her the fuck out. At what did I say? She was 2:30.
Right.
At 2:45, I had a butt naked ass up, jigging her out. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's not that they decide. It's that you have to keep track of you have to be like you have to, and this is how you have to have good game, so you can notice these things. You can pick up on when the bitch is getting that type of feeling.
Right.
See what I'm saying? Because a chick will never straight up decide and tell you, hey, I'm gonna make a decision right now to fuck you. Like, no, bitch. Like, it's not gonna happen that way. It's like, oh, I see you wanna fuck, so let me provide the stimulus, let me provide the environment so you can fall victim to your own emotions, because you're just a slave to your fucking emotions.
Right.
That's really it.
Right, that's real talk. That's real talk. Because like earlier we was talking about that, I was saying that, you know, a lot of it stems from her feelings. You feel what I'm saying? And at any moment, you know, her feelings could change. This is why sometimes dudes, they get a chick over the crib and all of a sudden she don't want to fuck. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean? Or you might meet a chick at a bar and she'll fuck you in the bathroom. You feel what I'm saying? So it all depends. You feel what I mean? And so, but the main thing, like you're saying, is really about that feeling, and you as a man knowing when to pull the trigger and when to really take it to that next level. You see what I mean? Because as women, they're still waiting for you to be the guy and to be the leader and to lead this interaction into sex. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes, like, I knew this girl who I observed how she moved, right? So basically, a lot of the times when she would get with guys had to do with the fact that, like, the guy that she's got, like, most of the guys that she got with were really aggressive, assertive dudes. And the reason why she got with them literally was because she just sort of went with it. Like, you know, it's like she would never really make the decision. The guy would just sort of be like, yo, you know, he'll go up to her, hey, what's up, blah, blah, blah. He's talking to her. He said, hey, give me your number. He texts her. She responds back. He says, meet me here. She met him at the spot. And I'm just like, and so all the things that happened with any guy that she dealt with happened basically mainly because they were making the move. You feel what I'm saying? And she followed suit. So, and then so the thing is, within those interactions, what was probably happening also is that she started to feel very like, because she was a very super feminine type of chick. So I could understand why she was basically responding to those guys, because they were on some masculine shit. So that her being that super feminine shit and her dealing with a masculine guy probably turned her on, because she's like, oh, these guys know how to get it from point A to point B, which is why it was easier for her to fuck them and easier for them to get it from her. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So it's like, you know, it's that type of like, dynamic. It's like, it's crazy like that. But see, a lot of guys are scared to really make moves and make things happen. Therefore, the actual getting of the sex is a lot of times in this wishy-washy state, because you have women who actually want to get down and make something happen, but then what happens is the guy doesn't really do anything, and then, you know, nothing really happens. You feel what I'm saying? So like, right. You know, like, because like I knew another chick, she told me how she went out on 4 dates with this dude, right? And she had sex with him on the 4th date, right? So I said, what made you want to have sex with him on the 4th date, right? So she told me she wanted to have sex with him on the 1st date, right? So I'm like, so what happened? So she was like, well, on the 1st date, he didn't really make a move. He didn't even kiss me, right?
Right.
And then so she said after the 1st date, I thought he didn't like me, but then he called and set up a 2nd date. So she was like, I liked him, so I went on the 2nd date. She said on the 2nd date, all he did was give me a hug and a kiss on the cheek. You feel what I'm saying? So she was like, what the fuck is going on? So then what happened was he called for a 3rd date, and then she said that she sort of like, you know, ignored it, and then he called again. So then she went on the 3rd date. So on the 3rd date, you understand, like, she said they kissed a little bit, but then she was expecting him to like say, hey, let's go back to my place, whatever, and he just sort of like left and shit. So then she said on the 4th date, he called her up, and then she was like, you know, she still was into him sort of, but then she was still like, what the fuck's going on? So on the 4th date, she said to him, she said, yo, what's going on with you? Like, you know, like, we've been out so many times, like, you know, are you feeling me? Like, what's going on? And so he said to her, he said, oh yeah, I definitely want to get with you, but I didn't want to move too fast because I didn't want to make you uncomfortable. You know what I'm saying? So then she was like, no, let's make it happen. So then they finally had sex on that 4th date. You feel what I'm saying? So because of him sort of being, and he was lucky that she actually was feeling him to that point where she kept going. You feel what I mean? So that he was able to get it. But see, he in another situation, he'd have probably lost that situation because the girl would have probably thought, oh, well, I guess he doesn't like me and he's playing games or whatever, so I'm going to keep it moving. You feel what I mean? And so, you know, him not be understanding like, hey, I got to pull the trigger to make it happen, that's what caused it to stall out that long. You feel what I mean? So it's just like, it's crazy. I'm like, God damn. Like, this motherfucker, that's crazy, man.
Now, you know what I wanted to talk about real quick.
Right.
Like, there's been many times where it's like you and again, this is why game is so important, because chicks swear to God, like, you meet a chick. How many times have you met a chick and she straight up tell you, well, you ain't getting none tonight,
right,
or,
right,
you know, I ain't fucking you, or you're not my type, or some shit like that. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
But if you're what's the word? If you understand, like I said, you just gotta. That's why the game is so fucking real, because if you understand what you're doing, you can bring her around to feeling whatever she needs to feel, so she'll fuck you.
Exactly.
Because how many times have you ever met chicks where, you know, they'll be, you know, you hear girls talking like, you know, you got sisters, and you hear them talking like, yo, he ain't even my type. I don't even like short niggas, and I fucked that nigga girl because I don't know, something was in the air that night.
Right.
It was in the air. It was that, you know, whatever was going on during the date, or whatever he said something, he made you laugh, something happened, and you decided to fuck the nigga. You feel me? Like, but you didn't really decide. It's just something that you began to feel led you to fucking the dude. You understand what I'm saying?
Exactly. Nah, real talk. And so, and this is why, and like you're saying now, how game is important, because, you know, you have to be able to see, and this is why it's important to go out there and practice, because you have to be able to know the difference between what's going on in each of these situations. Because on the surface, you might be talking to a girl and she says, oh, I'm not doing this and I'm not doing that, and just on face value, you're like, okay, I guess, well, she don't want to do it, and I guess she's not cooperating. You understand? So that's on face value. But within the context of what's going on and what's going on specifically in that situation, you got to see her tone of voice, her body language, how she's coming at you. You feel what I'm saying? you know, how her attitude is changing from this point to the next point, which is going to tell you more about what's really going on versus just what's coming out of her mouth. Because a lot of times shit just comes out of women's mouths because they need to say things in order to feel like they sort of have the control of what's going on in the situation. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But it's not really what's going on. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so
again, because they need to feel like they have control over the situation.
Right, exactly.
Or, you know what I'm saying? They need to feel like something, whatever.
Right.
But again, we're dealing with you know, creatures of like no logic. You understand what I'm saying? So
right.
You know.
Right. And that's the thing. Like, they, you know, since they have that, they need to have that feeling that they're in control of it. But what happens is that sometimes a chick will get mad at you for not realizing that, oh, I was just talking shit as a woman. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Because they want to get fucked, and
right.
they said some shit, and they're just like, I can't believe this nigga just left, and then, you know what I'm saying? Because you didn't know the difference between a chick saying she's not really trying to do it versus a chick just talking shit. I might have to do a whole video just on that. You feel what I'm saying?
Pretty much.
Because that's the thing that you got to know the difference. Because a chick, like, let's say for example, a chick is just talking shit when she'll say, oh, I ain't doing this and I ain't doing that, and then 5 minutes later she's like trying to sit on your lap and do all this other extra shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so,
right.
but then even within that, now you got to decide for, oh, is she really trying to do some shit, or is she trying to be an attention whore? So then you got to know the difference between, is she trying to be an attention whore, or is she trying to really make something happen? And a lot of times, all those dynamics happen within, or figuring out what's happening within those dynamics. Basically, it's a thing that you need to see in the moment, right? But the thing is, you're not going to see it in those moments if you haven't had practice. If you haven't been out there, you know what I'm saying?
Because there's a lot that goes into that. Because you have to do body language checks. You have to, sometimes you gotta like switch up the environment.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta switch up the conversation. You know, you gotta bring her around to talking about sex and explaining certain things to you and this, that, and the third.
Right.
So it's a lot that goes into it. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're at a place with a bunch of people that she might know, she'll act a certain way, but she really want to do something else.
Right.
So that's when you tell her, like, yo, let's get out of here for a second, or let me talk to you in the other room, or let's go outside so we can talk, or whatever. You see what I'm saying? And then you always gotta, like, you know, keep you know, do the touch. You know what I'm saying? Like, make sure you keeping up the touch shit. Like, always be touching her, moving in close. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
All that type of shit. So you really because remember, actions speak louder than words. And the chick will say a million fucking things, and it'll be the total opposite of what she really wants to do.
Right.
And even her actions, even her actions, she tries not to show what she really want to do as far as her actions. Because like that girl I told you about, you know, she's just a really good example. That's why I keep going back to her. Because she just kept talking. I'm like, yo, it's 2:30 in the morning. What are you talking about?
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Like, she wouldn't decide to start like getting touchy-feely with me. You understand? Like, she wouldn't, you know, she didn't want to do that. So in that case, her body language, it wasn't really showing me that she straight up wanted to fuck or nothing.
Right.
It was up to me because I understood certain things about the game, and I was like, this bitch want to fuck. Like, you see what I'm saying? So even their body language will still not be a good enough test. So that's why it's you know, it's so many things you gotta like notice and be intelligent about when you're dealing with this shit. And then on top of that, another bottom line disclaimer is, you know, still when a bitch say no and she's really like pushing you away from her and all that shit, then, you know, don't force the issue, because you don't want to be in no funny ass situation with these bros out here.
Right, you know exactly.
So there's also that. So you gotta be intelligent on both sides. You feel me?
Right, and that's a skill that you need to be able to learn. It's like reading the room and understanding the different dynamics of what's going on at all times when you're dealing with the girls. You feel what I'm saying? Because a lot of times you're gonna miss out on shit that you could get shit popping, and then other times you're gonna you might overstep your boundaries and shit, and then it's gonna be some issues. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you know, so you gotta definitely
real quick. That that nigga Frank Truth TV, he need to join the Bad Boy membership and shut the fuck up. I'm just saying. But yo, let me get over here and let the motherfucker call in.
Peace.
Have a good rest of the show.
That's what's up. Yeah, make sure you guys tune into the Bad Boy show, man.
Break the Truth TV. It's all love. It's all love. But seriously, though, check out the Bad Boy membership.
Right. I'm gonna holler at you, Miles. But yeah, man, real fucking talk. With Frank Truth TV, you still talking about the black chicks? I mean, the black dudes, and you said that the white girls, you said Mr. Locario must have been fucking the ones who had a what? A black cock fetish? Because I guarantee you he has had a white girl tell him, I don't date black guys, and he didn't get to hit. I've never had a chick, a white chick, tell me she don't date black guys. You understand? Because even if she thought she didn't, now she's doing it. You feel what I'm saying? Now she's doing it. So, you know what I mean? So the thing is, you know, if you're and see, this is what you a lot of you black dudes out there gotta understand, is that it don't matter the race of the chick, man. Hold on, let me get to who's this? What's popping? Who's calling?
The white girl. What's popping, man? It's well, matter of fact, on there, I'm Lexus 119. You probably see me talking in the chat and all that. What's
okay,
good?
That's what's up. What's going on with you?
What's poppin', man? You know, I wanted to come through a little Ric Flair. Woo!
That's what's up. Wait. Where you from? Where you from?
Upstate New York, Syracuse.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. So what's going on with you?
Let's jump into it. So listen, boom, right? Mm-hmm. Now there's one little bad joint. I'm gonna give you an infill situation through the Facebook Messenger.
Right.
Now hear this. Little bad joint, right? I give her out of 1 being 10 being she's like a 9, bro. Real shit.
Mm.
So boom, I holler at her because this is what I did. She put up a post on Facebook, was like, yo, she like, I love Conor McGregor. He gonna beat Floyd. I said, listen, how much you trying to bet? Because that's easy money. You know,
right.
I ain't fucking with Floyd. Like, you know what I mean? That's easy money. So we talking back and forth on this, you know, breaking the ice a little bit. So I jumped in. I said, yo, listen, because she worked out. I said, listen, if Floyd wins, you got like 500 squats in the gym. She said, nigga, if he wins, come to the gym because I'm with the shit.
Right.
So me being smart, I go on Google, right, and find a picture of this bodybuilder chick with some big ass legs. Mm-hmm. And I sent it to her. I was like, this is how you gonna be after Floyd wins.
Right.
So laugh out loud, yeah, right. So boom, we talking, boom. So now I'm like, yo, my boy Locario always said be direct. So here I go. I'm like, listen, what I say to her? I said, yo, you like to play, no, I said, it would be an honor to whoop your ass in some putt or some air hockey. Which one you like?
Right.
Said, I don't play neither. So I said, okay, cool. I said, what you doing this weekend? She said, I'm going to Jersey to go to Six Flags. I said, okay, cool. So I said, fuck this shit. Check this out. I said, listen, I'm attracted to you. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I want to take you on a pizza date. So I'm going to need you to make some time this weekend. I mean, this week or this weekend, right?
Right.
Bro, this is what she hit me with. I never in my life heard this in my life. She says to me, right? Hold on, let me pull this shit up. She says to me, oh, I'm not the one for you.
Mm.
I said, oh, okay.
She said she's not the one for you?
Yes. But listen, let me tell you how the plot thickens, though, right? I never in my life heard a girl ever say that to me.
Right.
Ever. Because listen, I'm be honest with you. I have what you call the pretty boy syndrome. Mm. So I was like, what? Nigga, you bugging? But this is my mind. I said, okay, cool, no problem.
Right.
So you know what I said to her?
What'd you say?
You know what I said to her? I said, laugh out loud. Because she put laugh out loud, I'm not the one for you.
Right.
And I put LOL. Now listen, it took her like 3 days to respond to that.
Right.
So she was like, LOL, I'm not the one for you. So I said, LOL, I agree. Left it just like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, that shit fucked with her head, because after I said that to her, she says to me, and I'm looking at the message, she said, I'm glad you know it. I said, okay. I said, you know what? I read a lot. And I hit her with the Maya Angelou quote. where she said, when someone shows you who you are, believe them the first time.
Right.
She said, laugh my ass off.
Right.
She said, laugh my ass off. Now, mind you, this is what I'm getting from the conversation. If you really wasn't feeling me, when you just would have read my response and not reply.
Right. And so it was.
You wanted.
And so what happened with this chick? Did you ever get with her? Like, what's the conclusion though?
Let me jump into it. I don't want to be too long-winded. So boom, she like. So I'm like, listen, man, at the end of the day, I said, it's all good. Boom. She like, but I always tell people I'm not the one for them, no. So I'm saying to myself, I said, what's the point? Like, you playing games? Like, what is you, like, the only reason I brought this one scenario up, Locario, is because women play games. They got to understand you cannot listen to these women. Like, they don't know what the fuck is going on out here.
Right.
So I tell them, don't listen to them. Like, she just bold-faced told me, She not the one for me. I hit her with a, hey, I agree.
Right.
Now she's explaining why she's saying it. So off the rip, I'm already getting that she didn't even mean that. She thought I was gonna be on some thirsty shit like, oh, why? It's not my business, like, bitch.
Right.
You good, I'm good. Like, you know what I'm saying?
And so what happened? So y'all just never really, like, you never really made nothing happen with her?
Nah, I hit her. This happened all yesterday, last night.
Okay, so it's still fresh.
No,
okay.
This happened. So I hit her back with a message like, listen, you know, at the end of the day, hey, listen, I ain't take it personally. I said my confidence won't allow me to. And I was like, you know, basically you the same feeling niggas out here. She ain't respond yet. But I threw that out there to let people know, don't listen to these girls. Shoot your shot. Be direct. And whatever it is. And what makes a man more attractive is his indifference. Like, he gotta not give a fuck.
Right,
like,
right. And see the thing too, what you gotta understand is that sometimes you gotta make sure that, like, the chick, because like I like that you was doing the banter back and forth with her. You feel what I'm saying? So, but within that, you gotta also still throw in trying to hook something up. You see what I'm saying? Because what you want to do is you want to make sure that she's not just bantering with you just to be on some attention or shit. You feel what I'm saying? You want to make sure that it's still progressing to something. So it's like, so the banter is still like sort of y'all flirting, and then you say, listen, you know, I know you want to fuck with me, so holla at me tomorrow and we'll set something. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you sort of end it like that. You know what I mean? But it's good that you know what I'm saying? Like, you had the cleverness to come back and forth with her. You feel what I'm saying? So, but
you know another. Well, I'm sorry.
Oh no, go ahead. Go. What was you gonna say?
No, I was about to say, like, sometimes a lot of men get flustered if we don't get the response we want. And like, you have to, let me tell you something. The reason why, one of the main reasons why people don't talk about why Floyd Mayweather is undefeated is his ability to adjust to every opponent.
Right.
You can't fight every opponent the same way. Like, when he said he about to fight a guy, he said he don't even watch the film on him, because he said, when I get in there with him, he may fight me different.
Right,
so I'm not gonna go in there and study this and be like, oh, this how you gonna fight me? No, because the guy he fought ain't Floyd Mayweather.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I just adjusted to her bullshit. Like, bro, if she would have not answered that when I said laugh out loud, I agree, I would have went on with my life. I went on knowing that I had nothing to lose, because I don't know what you worth anyway. Right.
Nah, real talk. And I like what you're saying about, you know, you gotta understand how to that you're dealing with different chicks. Because see, when you talk about the game, you already have the basics. You see what I'm saying? So you know the basics.
Yeah.
So once you know the basics, you say, okay, well, let me have those basics, but also when I'm interacting with these chicks, I gotta see what's going on with this specific girl in front of me, so I can know the best way to maneuver to get to where you're trying to go. You feel what I mean?
Exactly. Like, look at Jordan. How many times Michael Jordan did that fadeaway?
Right.
That's his go-to move, but he can drive it. He can hit the three. Like, he can do other things, but he got his go-to. It's okay to have your go-to move. Right,
exactly.
But you gotta step out and do your other shit too.
Right, it's true. Exactly. So, you know, that's real spit right there. That's real talk. You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that, brother. And I got one more thing I'll let you go. I know you're a busy man.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm about to say, I concur. You need to do that video about when girls talking shit and when they really mean it. Because I'm the type of nigga, bro, I know, because a lot of girls say, oh, you cute, you pretty, this and that, boom. So I've grown up, that pretty boy syndrome ruined me to a point where if a girl says, oh, we ain't having sex or something like that, I'm like, all right, well, let's just end this
Right.
Because I'm like, I'm not about to sit here and play with you. Like, I'm not going to sit here and try to convince you because I feel like I'm allowing you to waste my time. Like, think about it. Let's go back to the story. If I would have told Shorty, oh, why you ain't the one for me? I'm sitting here trying to persuade her. That,
right, exactly. Now,
like,
real talk.
That, like,
real fucking talk. Now, real talk, and that's the thing. Like, whenever you talking to women, right? You should never have it, and this is just like, you know, something that you guys can take and you know, just to general knowledge, is that when you're talking to chicks, you want to never get it into a situation where you're sort of like asking her or trying to figure out or understand why she's not fucking with you or why she's not being receptive to you. So like if you say to a girl, hey, give me a number, and she's like, oh no, I don't think that's a good idea, and then you don't want to be like, oh, but how come is it because I'm big, is it because I'm small, is it because I'm ugly, you think I'm like, if you go into that route, you're done. You feel what I'm saying?
You're done.
So it's like you don't ever want to do that type of shit. So you know, so like you said, when you was texting her and she was like, oh, I'm not for you, when you was like, yeah, I agree. You understand? And then so now it's putting it in the sense where she's like, oh, what does he mean by that? Or what's that about? And blah blah blah. You see what I mean? So that's the better way to get at it. You see what I mean? Because now you're bringing her into your world, into your situation. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly. And
right.
Bro, you know another thing is, bro? Now I switched the table. See, watch what I did. When I told her, yeah, I agree, only thing I'm saying is, you know you better than I know you. So if you tell me that you're not the one for me, I'm going to believe you.
Right.
But now what she's doing is she's explaining herself now. You
right.
know what I'm
exactly.
She said, oh, I always tell people that. I'm like, okay,
right.
I'm not
exactly. You know what I mean? But nah, you know what it is. You know what it is. You understand the deal. Man. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what? And let me tell you another thing, bro. Like, it's funny because I'll be like, I watch your videos. I say, yo, Locario's a cool dude. Like, I fuck with him. And one of the things I had to do, bro, and this is something I really just learned a couple years ago. My ego used to get in the way. It's still a little bit in the way, but it's like, it's not as bad. Because one of your videos, a couple of your videos, excuse me, you was like, how your ego can affect your game. And me being like, you know, I know what I possess, like from the physical to the financial, like I'm top tier. So it's kind of like, if a girl says, okay, I got a boyfriend, that's cool. I don't take that personally, right? But it's the girls who I don't ask these girls nothing. They give them to me, right? And so when you flake, that pisses me off because it's like, yo, you went out your way to flake though. Like, what are you doing? Like that messes with my ego. You know what I mean?
Right. No, but that's the thing. It's like, you know, you gotta understand that. See, chicks, like a chick, she's not gonna flake if she's really, really feeling you, right? That's one thing. But what you gotta understand is that her what am I trying to say? Like her feeling of like let's say a chick is feeling you and she does flake. All that means is that the reason why she flaked was more important than her feeling you. You see what I'm saying? So for example, let's say if she got a bad haircut. So now she went to go get the haircut for the date, but she didn't like the way the haircut came out. So now she doesn't feel pretty, and then therefore she's gonna flake on you because her ego and her feeling of, you know, she can't go out and because she doesn't feel good. You feel what I mean? And that's gonna make her be like, oh, I think we should do it another time, blah blah blah, or some other dumb shit. So a lot of times, you know, women, they end up flaking a lot of times because of, you know, things that have nothing to do with you, or sometimes it has to do with the things you were doing as the date is about to approach, which is why I tell guys to sort of like ghost the chick before the day of the date. Like, don't talk to her, don't text her, don't do shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because anything you do, it's like anything you can or, you know, do or say can and will be used against you in this bullshit. You feel what I'm saying? So that's why it's best to sort of leave it and wait for the date to come through. You know what I'm saying? Before she fucking, you know, has a reason to be like, I'm a flake on this nigga because he said this or he did that dumb shit. You feel what I mean? So, you know.
Exactly. You know, and I appreciate that because that's something I'll be doing. I'll be ghosting on before the dates and all that. But one thing I realized, like let me ask you this. What's your two go-to punches that you do? Like, what's your two moves? Like, when you want to date with a girl, right? What's your two go-to, moves that you feel, like I said, MJ got the fadeaway. Like, what's your 2 moves you do? Like this how I build sexual attraction. So what's your go-to moves on a first date?
Right. Well, usually what I do is every time if I'm on a first date, I gotta create a situation for us to start kissing. Like, you see what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
So that's my test.
Okay.
So if a chick doesn't kiss me on a first date, we're done. You understand what I'm saying? There's no second date. It's over. She doesn't get a call. You can ask any chick I've been out with who hasn't kissed me. She has never heard from me again. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we're done.
Okay.
So what I do is that when I'm on the date, I'm talking to her, I'm flirting with her, and then I usually might do something like, I'll touch her hand, and I'll be holding her hand or whatever. You see what I mean? And then as I'm seeing that she's letting me hold the hand, and then I get closer to her, because usually I go to get drinks. So when we get to a bar, we like on the bar, sitting at the bar or whatever. And then what I do is I get up, and then I'm standing next to her while she's sitting on a bench in the bar, and then I put my arm around her, and then I get her closer into me, and then I start trying to kiss her. You see what I'm saying? So now,
absolutely.
So if I'm doing that and I'm touching a girl and then she's sort of pulling back, that's showing that, like, she doesn't really want to, she's not really into it at that point, right? But if she isn't holding back, then I just continue to, get up, put my arm around her, going for the kiss. Now, if I'm going for the kiss and she's backing away, or she's saying, "Oh, I don't know," then you know what I'm saying? We're pretty much done at that point. There's times where. This time, and me, I don't got no goddamn patience. You understand what I'm saying? So there's times where I was in situations like that, and the chick didn't want to kiss me, and I just ended the date. I was like, "Well, listen, if it ain't gonna happen, we could bounce right now." Like, and that's it. And then so she's like, "Oh, it's like that." I'm like, "Yeah, it's like that. I'm about to go." You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, so and so sometimes. I would stay and just sort of see if I could redo it. So, like, I'll be chilling with her, I'll fall back, we'll start talking a little more, and then I'll go back into it. And then sometimes when I go back into it, then she, she'll kiss me and everything. But if I go through a whole date and the chick don't kiss me, we're done. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so,
absolutely. It's
more so just, making sure that is something that I do, and it's become a habit. So whenever I'm on a date, I start doing this literally maybe like 10 to 15 minutes into the date. So she might meet me at the bar, we talking, "Hey, how you doing?" Because I meet a lot of girls online. So we go to the bar, "How you doing?" Hugs, whatever, get to know her a little bit, and I get in closer, I grab her hand a little bit, whatever, she's letting me grab the hand, I can see, and sometimes you can see the difference between a girl who's like really into it and a girl who's like reserved. You feel what I'm saying? And so when she's reserved, that's when you really need to like turn it up, because you got to know if she's going to, if she's like feeling it at that moment. You feel what I'm saying? If you can tell she's sort of feeling you or whatever to a certain extent, it's like sometimes it's sort of like, okay, I can see that it's going to go in this direction most likely, and usually it does, right? But it's usually those reserved girls who they're reserved, and then they won't kiss me or whatever, and then I'm just like kind of done with it. You feel what I'm saying? Because usually those type of chicks, when they go on dates with you, what they're doing is they're using, because I talked about this in another video, and I call it the entertainment date. What they're doing is that they're using the date for entertainment, meaning that they just wanted to go out, they wanted some guy to give them attention and all this other shit and whatever. So when I'm on a date with a chick, it's like we at work. Like there's spots that I take chicks, and at bars, like I have a few bars that I go to, and I call those bars my offices. You feel what I'm saying? Like, we at the office, so we getting down to work. That's what I'm thinking. You feel what I'm saying? So a chick ain't just gonna come and chill. No, she gonna come and she gonna have to get to work, meaning she gonna have to show that sexual interest. So if she ain't showing that sexual interest, then it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
like one of my, like, let me tell you, I'm not, like I said, I make quick. We vibing real quick. I don't want, you know what I mean? Hold on.
Go ahead.
One of my go-to moves, bro, is like yours is good. See, I'm not really into all the kissing off the rip. I don't know who dick she just sucked and she got a cold sore. I really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what be going on. So what I do is, like, I get them close and I kind of like rub on their waist a little bit and then like grab, like try to like hug them, console them, but then like slide down. So I try to not the whole like the top shelf, right? To let her know, see what she's doing. If she let me slide down, I'm grabbing the whole glute, like
right.
And then after that, I'm looking at, I'm like, listen, like this is my favorite line. Like, listen, You know, I think, you know what I'm saying, let's get busy. Like, you know what I'm saying, let's handle business. 8 times out of 10, that shit works.
Right.
Let's handle business. Let's get to it, because I figure that if I'm direct at that moment and showing her I want it, it's a higher chance she'll give it to me, because she don't know if I want it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Let's get busy. Like, and that shit works, bro.
Right. Nah, that's cool, bro. You gotta get it how it is, man. You gotta get it how you getting it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's dope, man. That's some real shit. That's some real shit, bro.
Word, man. That shit was tight, though, bro. I appreciate you trying, man. I know you got some other calls and all that, but before I go, I want to tell everyone out there, like, listen, the best way to get girls in this is just listen to Locario, but, like, one thing I've known is, bro, this is 2 things I learned a while back. One, I always gave girls my number. That shit, like, since 04, bro, I don't think I got a girl's number. I give them mine, because they don't feel obligated. Like, they don't have to block me. They don't have to curve me. You take my number, it's up to you. 70% of the time to hit me up.
Right.
Number 2 is act indifferent. Don't give a fuck. I'm telling you, bro. Like, act like, I tell them all the time, act like you don't care if they text you. Act like you don't care if they give you pussy, because they only fuck with people that usually don't give a fuck about them. That's just how it works, bro. That seemed to work. Like, when I started to care, they started to act funny. I said, hold up, bitch, you friends now. Hold up.
Right.
I'm doing a favor. Like, you wildin'. But, yeah, that's it, man. But I appreciate you, Locario. Drop that video tomorrow.
That's what's up. Yeah, I'm gonna get on that. I'm gonna get on that soon, bro.
All right, bro. Good luck, man. Stay up.
I'm gonna holler at you. Yeah, man. All right, so my internet look like it's working good now, but you know the playback will be good. But yeah, man, you know what's popping in the chat room, people. Frank Truth TV still talking that shit. Oh, who else we got up in here? Crazy, but yeah, man. You know, you got to test these chicks out, man. You got to test out the situation to see what she's trying to do. You understand? Because if you don't test it out, you are going to waste a lot of goddamn time. You're going to waste a lot of time. But remember, guys, get How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. The ebook or the hard copy, bro. The hard copy is the shit. You need to get this. This is a collector's item. You feel what I'm saying? It's a collector's item. Yeah, man. The alpha male, you say, yo, how do you get these girls to pay for more shit when you take them out? Should I tell them straight up? Yeah, you say it. You can say it within the conversation. So you go to the bar with her. I'll get the first round. You get the second. You go to the movies. I'll get the tickets. You get the popcorn. You understand? You let them know what it is. You let them know what's the agenda. Felipe said, you and your friend go back and forth about giving chicks your number. I say it's better to give it out. He says it's better to get hers. Well, see, it all depends. I don't think one is necessarily better than the other. It's only better based off of what you feel like doing. So, like, if you don't feel like hollering at a whole bunch of chicks, then yeah, it's better to give them your number. You understand? If you don't mind hollering at the girl, you understand, getting the information and hollering at them, then you get their number. The advantage of you giving them your number, though, is that, you know, when they hit you up, it's automatically showing interest. You feel what I'm saying? You getting their number and then hollering at them doesn't necessarily show interest on their side of them responding to you because you hit them up. But you can see, but they can still be interested in you from that point of view also. You feel what I'm saying? Sheldon Smith, what's good? Frank True TV said the black men need their own book. You said, how do you deal with chicks who have friends that cock block you in a club? Well, you gotta first talk to the group, talk to all of the people in the group, all the friends. Then you pull her away from her friends, right? Then once you pull her away from the friends, then you close the deal that way, get information, and you just holler at her later. You understand? But yeah, so we got like 10 minutes left. So remember, guys, I'm gonna be having the Mr. Locario 30-minute game session soon. We're gonna have that in the middle of August. I'm gonna start around maybe August 15th. I'm gonna have all that up so you guys can sign up to holler at me. This is when we get on the phone, private sessions, and you ask me any questions you want on dating and relationships, and it's going to be recorded and you get to keep it. It's yours. That shit's gonna be off the fucking hook. You say you're gonna buy that book, Frank Truth TV? Yeah, I'll try. I'll see what I can do when I get. Making books is not easy, man. We actually got the Bad Boy book coming out soon. That's gonna be cool. You said, how do you get at girls at a concert when it's loud as fuck? You need some cards, bro. You need some business cards or something, and just slide it to them and be like, yo, call me. Do the sign, be like, just give her the fucking card. Yeah, shout out to Lexus119 for calling through, letting them know what the game is. You feel me? But yeah. So set up an Indiegogo, you'll donate. Shit, I should do that too. Shit. If y'all want me to put together something, set up an Indiegogo or GoFundMe or whatever them joints, put that joint in, we'll make it happen. You said I need an audiobook. I actually do. I want to do an audiobook for the How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day book. I got to do that soon. That shit will be off the hook. But remember, I don't even know. Am I at 10,000 subscribers yet? Am I at 10,000 subscribers yet? I gotta see. Because as soon as I'm telling y'all, when I get to the 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to have a sale. I'm gonna put out the video first. Once the video is up, that's when the sale begins. I'll let you know. And I'm gonna be giving away a lot of my shit for free. So the thing is, if you join the Bad Boy membership, within the 2 days of that sale, you get all that other stuff for free. You feel me? But yeah, if you guys are not on the Bad Boy membership, bruh, I'm telling y'all, y'all are missing out. It's insane. Y'all are missing the fuck out. I'm telling you, you gotta be on that shit. There's like, man, I'm trying to think of how many. It's like, I think it's like almost 40 something programs on there right now. Like to the point where if you join today, you would have to stay up probably 2 hours straight. I mean, I said 2 hours straight. 2 days straight just to hear everything. That's on there. You said a free Bad Boy seminar? Yeah, I might even throw that in. I might throw in the Bad Boy seminar for free too. But if you join, but I don't even need to throw that in because the Bad Boy seminar is on the Bad Boy membership. So if you join the membership, you get to see it. So I don't even got to throw that in. You said, have I had sex with an Arab chick because their morals be different? Yeah. I mean, have I had sex with an Arab chick? I think there was one Arab chick I was fucking with. We didn't have sex though. I was at her house. We got naked and she started acting weird. So I when chicks start acting weird, I'm out. I was like, look, put your clothes back on. I'm good. You said, do I plan on doing a cross-country tour? Soon, sometime in the future. I need to schedule all that shit. That's a lot of scheduling and a lot of, because you got to understand, all the stuff that I do is myself, Miles, and my wife helps me with a lot of other stuff. You understand? So, yeah. So, it's a, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, but I love this shit. And I appreciate you guys, fucking with me. You said I have more pussy than Hugh Hefner. Oh, man. It's crazy, though, because, I think, like, the average dude has, I think, maybe less than 10 sex partners in their life. Something like that. I got to see, like, the statistics on that. But I know it's really is low. So, I'm just like, man, like, that's, to me, that sounds crazy. because I'm like, I stopped counting after 100. I think it's probably like at least 140, maybe somewhere at this point. Felipe Francisco, you said you heard the average is 7 women, right? Yeah, I think I heard 7 too. So it's just like, it's interesting to me because it's been like, man, if I had to like round it off, it's maybe like 135, 140 at this point for me. And that's also with turning down some. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy. Crazy, man. That shit's crazy. But yeah, I'm like grateful that we hit the 10,000 subscriber mark, man. That shit is cool as fuck, bro. It's getting. I think the last time I checked, it was like 9,998. So after this video, might even be more. I gotta check. You know what I'm saying? Paulo, she said you having trouble doing what? Getting what up? So you having trouble getting it up? Oh, shit. Ain't no half Stefan. You said who else is in favor for another weekly live broadcast? This is weekly must-see TV to where it needs to have more weekly episodes. I might do that, actually. I might do that. I might do, like, another day. Like, maybe, like, when I have a little bit more time around, like, September-ish or whatever, I might do, like, another day, like, during the week, like, maybe, like, a Wednesday or something. So we could do, like, Wednesday and Friday or either Tuesday and Friday. You know what I'm saying? Could probably do that shit. Frank Truth, you hilarious. But yo, listen, guys, I want to I'm about to get up out of here in a second. So again, make sure you go to MrLocario.com, get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day, the ebook or the hard copy. You understand? Hard copy. This book is off the hook. Also, make sure you look out for the Mr. Locario 30-minute game sessions. I'm going to have that out soon, so I'm going to let you guys know. Also, I'm going to be putting out a video soon, talking about the 10,000 subscriber sale giveaway. I'm going to let you guys know more about that. All right? So, who we got up in here? Who we got up in here today, man? My dude Savage, D Savage, Kid Pump, Frank TV, Frank Truth TV, Omari, Ali, Von D, Rashawn Johnson, Paulos, Felipe Francisco, my dude Super Sean. Who else? Waterson 10, Lexus 19119, Jeffrey St. Just, HB fucking owns, Dude Dub Roller. Who else we got? Creative Clutch, Hamad. I don't know. See your name. The Alpha Male is up in here. Who else we had up in here earlier? J Skills 2315 for Life One Deep. Who else? Owen is up in this spot. Adam McGurry. Damn, we had a lot of people up in here today. Chris R. Stacks on deck. Patty Robinson. Peaceful Lord 06. I'm gonna do Pavillon, Jimmy H, Wandering Vagabond. We had a few people, man. Tyler Poindexter. But listen, I want to thank you guys for tuning in. And we will be back next week, same time, same place. And yeah, we'll holler at you guys later. All right. So you guys have a good rest of your weekend. Have fun. Go out there and do your thing. And you know, I will. Make sure if you guys are on Facebook, make sure you Facebook friend me at Hashim Trends Locario. So make sure you go to Facebook, go to Hashim Trends Locario, and Facebook friend me, so that we can be Facebook friends and all that other good stuff. You understand? And I'll holler at you guys later. All right. Remember, people, the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.